25th anniversary. Remembering that past never looked so good. Don't miss out. Visit pizzanova.com to find out more.
439 Pizza Nova. 439 Pizza Nova.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Jones with you, counting down to the tip-off between the Raptors and Cavaliers. A little bit earlier in Cleveland, here is the head coach of the Toronto Raptors, Darko Rajakovic.
Yeah, I was just talking to JB, and he made the point that they're trying to lead the NBA in defensive 3-second calls. In other words, they really want to pack the paint. And how does that affect you guys? I mean, they have that size anyway, but you've been getting so much production from Scotty's the roller, Pascal's a post-up threat. With those guys, makes it a little more difficult, I'm guessing.
For sure, it's their length in the paint with Mobley and Allen. Like, they're mucking it up a lot. The size of all of those guys in the paint is definitely something that's, from outside, looks very threatening, but that should not stop us and prevent us from being aggressive and find drives and rolls and attack the paint. We gotta do a good job of attacking the paint and also reading the game from there. Sometimes when they go into switching and whatnot, what happens sometimes is they lose vision of the player. And that can open up some wide open threes. So that's something that we're gonna try to exploit today as well.
What do you need from your team tonight in terms of physicality and just matching the Cavs' length, as you talked about too?
Urgency. We need a lot of urgency. We won last 2 games. We played well against Chicago, and we cannot get satisfied with that. We came over here. We want to stay hungry and at the same time to stay humble. We gotta go out there and be really the team that wants it more. We're playing a really good team, very deep team. Donovan Mitchell is back with them, so they have a lot of tools, but we have our strengths as well, and we want to play through our strengths and get a win tonight.
What are you seeing from Pascal? Because he's usually a go-to scorer, gets in the paint, does a little spin, but sometimes teams are now doubling him, even potentially tripling him. Sometimes you see them collapsing, kicks out. But from a playmaking perception, what are you seeing from him? What do you need from him?
First of all, in order to be double teamed, you got to be a really good player. Let's first get that on the surface there. Second thing is, in order to be double teamed, you got to be aggressive. So I'm constantly talking to him to be aggressive, to attack, to have initiative, and then to read the game. In the last game against Chicago, he was able to get 7 assists in the first half, and for whatever reason, their defense was a little bit different in the second half and opened up the lane more, and he was more aggressive, actually taking it to the rim and driving and scoring in the paint. It's just making the right decisions and the best decisions for the team.
I know you were in the West last year, but Cleveland was obviously a very good team last year. They added Yang, they added Strus, and how difficult is that, accounting for that level of shooting? You got Garland and Mitchell as playmakers, and then obviously the size of the rim. Seems like a really good roster. No, for sure. But this is NBA, and in NBA, on any given night, if you're motivated and you're focused and you have a lot of energy, you have a chance, And I think we have really good chances if we do that tonight. And it has to be from the jump ball, and it has to be that huge energy that we need to come off of our bench as well. We need our bench to support our starters and to get us extra lead or keep us in the game there. So I think it's all players that touch the floor are very, very important for us and contributing winning. As regarded as their roster, they have shooters, we gotta be paying special attention to those guys. They have great rollers. We gotta pay special attention to that as well. They got very good playmakers. We gotta do team effort to guard those guys. It's not one tool let's take that away and we'll be fine. They have multiple tools and we'll need multiple efforts to do that.
You guys had a team dinner last night, I heard. What does those type of bonding kind of does for the team translates on the court. I know team chemistry, but you guys also had one in San Antonio, and you had a great stretch of games there. So, kind of what do you see the results of those types of teams there?
We spend a lot of time around each other. You know, we come to practice, we're in the locker room, we're on the court, but a lot of times, like, we in that setup, we just talk about basketball and work and whatnot, you know. And I believe that when we go to those team dinners, it just opens up and gives us a space for guys to talk UFC, to talk their other interests, video games. And I think it helps guys to feel that they're a part of something that's bigger than just themselves. And that's that team atmosphere that we're trying to create over here and to have on our team. And that everybody feels loved and appreciated, you know. A lot of people only see us when we go out there on the bright lights and like perform, but they don't see us when we are packing our bags and unpacking at 3 a.m. and like that less shiny side of the business, you know. But those kind of get together ambience is really creating good team bonding opportunities for us.
That was the head coach of the Toronto Raptors meeting with the media in Cleveland about an hour ago, Darko Rajakovic. When we come back, it's the tip-off of the Raptors and Cavaliers on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Do more in a reliable Subaru, they said. Enjoy more time together to go more places with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, they said. More award-winning safety for more peace of mind, but to listen to one song over and over again with fantastic acoustics. I love you, family, but the singing, nobody warned me about the singing.
Hurry to your local Subaru dealer and get more out of every kilometer this fall, including more karaoke.
Photography lovers, creators, storytellers, get a head start on your shopping. Canon's Black Friday deals are on now. From beginner to pro, there's a camera for everyone. So take a break from the phone and kickstart a lifelong hobby with a camera and lens from the nation's #1 camera brand. Shop now for big in-store savings, perks like on-demand photography classes, plus up to $500 bonus cash back from Canon. Don't miss out. Canon's Black Friday deals end November 30th. Visit canon.ca for details. Terms and conditions apply.
Black Friday is back, and every day feels like Friday, where you can find Nissan Rogue's impressive fuel economy and standard safety shield with offers that will make you very, very glad it's Friday. During Nissan's Black Friday event, lease the 2023 Rogue from $89 weekly for only 24 months. In stock now. SV all-wheel drive for $387 monthly at 4.99% with $3,795 down. Conditions apply.
Hey, what? Have you heard about the amazing Black Friday deals at selloutvacations.com?
No, but why are you whispering?
Because these savings are like savings on top of savings. And if everyone knows, there won't be any more left.
Savings on top of savings?
Shh. See? Once people know, they book.
Okay, with these deals, I'm booking an all-inclusive vacation in the Caribbean, a flight with the girls, and maybe an island-hopping cruise.
Hurry, because with vacation deals on top of vacation deals this Black Friday, they won't stay around for long. So visit
selloutvacations.com.
Honey, what are you doing?
Building us a deck.
Why?
To spend more time outside.
No, why are you doing it?
Don't worry, babe. I got this.
There are some things in life you can't trust.
Uh-oh.
And there are some things you can, like the HP Smart Tank printer. With up to 2 years of ink included and outstanding print quality, you can always rely on the HP Smart Tank. From HP, Canada's most trusted printer brand. Visit your nearest Staples store.
Have you wondered what driving a 2023 Lincoln Nautilus would be like? Now's the chance to find yours. For a limited time at Downtown Lincoln, you can lease the Nautilus at just 1.99%. That's right, lease rates as low as 1.99 APR until the end of November. So don't wonder what premium luxury feels like. Experience it now. Find your Lincoln at Downtown Lincoln. Until November 30th, lease a 2023 Lincoln Nautilus at 1.99% APR for up to 3 years. Cash prices start at $63,500 plus tax and licensing.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. We're a couple of minutes away from the tip-off between the Cavaliers and Raptors in Cleveland. We'll get the starting lineups in just a couple of moments as the Raptors get set for this tilt. Again, it's the first of two. Thanks again to Jim Chones for joining us on the pregame show. As we get set for this one, Jonesy, maybe I can flip it over to you for a couple of keys to victory in tonight's ballgame.
Well, I think the offense is the first thing that's going to be key if you're the Raptors. Cleveland, not a great team. Their offensive rating, they're the bottom quarter of the league. They're 25th. So your defense is going to have to be on point. Make them work, keep them in the half court, especially your screen roll defense. Their buddy ball, their big-to-big passing between Mobley and Allen has been really good this year. And it's partially because a lot of teams are just switching the pick and roll, and one of the big guys is getting the ball very easily to make the pass. Toronto doesn't do a lot of that, so we'll keep an eye on that. Secondly, if you're the Raptors, you've been scoring it recently. You've been scoring it well. Got to see if you can keep that up and do that without turning it over and giving Cleveland a chance to run out and score easy ones. So your defense, guarding the pick and roll, dealing with the two bigs, and then at the same time on the offensive end, making sure you get quality trips.
Let's get the starting five for the Toronto Raptors. We'll be getting it in mere moments here as we will head to the PA voice to make it official with the Raptors starting five, but it's going to sound real familiar as it's been for pretty much the entire season, barring injury, for the Raptors. Here we go.
Led by their head coach, Darko Rajakovic. A 6'3" guard from Germany, number 17, Dennis Schroeder. A 6'7" guard from Indiana, number 3, OG Anunoby. A 6'8" forward from Florida State, number 4, Scotty Barnes. A 6'8" forward from New Mexico State, number 43, Pascal Siakam. And a 7'1" center from Utah, number 19, Jakob Poeltl.
I have no idea what that music is in the background, but one thing Cleveland does well, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they play outstanding tunes in Cleveland, and they do a great job with their game ops. So I don't know what that was, but I love the fact that they're kind of razzing the opponent, albeit it's the Raptors, Jonesy. I like when opposing teams can have a little bit of fun. They keep it clean, they keep it normal, but kind of going after the opponent, why not? I enjoy stuff like that. We'll get the starting five for the Cavaliers in just a couple of moments, but as I said to you, it sounded familiar, and it is essentially the same outside of when the Raptors had a couple of different lineups because of injuries. With OG Anunoby missing a couple of ball games, they roll with the regular crew, and we'll see if they can mimic or replicate what they did a couple of nights ago with that outstanding ball movement and the very high assist totals that we saw on Friday evening.
Kind of like them in that sense, a little more traditional. Cleveland's defensive rating, or their defensive points allowed, top half of the league. They do a good job. J.B. Bickerstaff raised in the game by a traditional coach and his dad, so some of that carries through to the way his team plays.
Well, you can hear the loud music going in the background as the intros are set to start for the Cavaliers. They've got their hype video going, and they are ready to roll in Cleveland. Cavaliers hoping to protect their home court. Both teams again rolling in at 8-8 as we get set for the tilt of this game. We will head back courtside in mere moments to make it official with Cleveland's starting five, as the Raptors will hope to do some damage in this road tilt and start off this mini two-game trip on a high. Let's go to Cleveland and get the starting five for the Cavs.
It's time to make the starting lineup for your Cleveland Cavaliers! First, we have the guards. He's from Vanderbilt, number 10, Darius Garland. The other guard, he's from Louisville, number 45, Spider, Donovan Mitchell. Now we have the forwards. First, he's from DePaul, number 1, Max Strus. The other four, he's from USC, number 4, Evan Mobley. The man in the middle, he's from Texas, number 31, Jared Allen. Your Cavaliers are led by head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. Cavalier fans, it's time to let them know. Everybody make some noise for your Cleveland Cavaliers!
All right, there you have it. Starting five for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We are moments away from tip-off, Raptors and Cavaliers. And as Jim Jones told us, Jonesy, in the pregame show, this is a new-look Cavaliers with a few new added pieces, but also the injuries that they started the season with. They're still trying to work things out, figure things out here, and maybe that plays into why they are just sitting at 500 at this point.
Yeah, I think the expectations were much higher for them, Eric, when you think about it. You know, here's a team that had a playoff spot. They lost in the playoff 2 years ago, had a playoff spot last year, unable to crack through against New York, who many people thought they were better. They're a little bit inexperienced, a little bit soft, maybe Cleveland. They've added some shooting with Georges Niang and Max Strus. But the issue right now is because they're injured, their continuity is lacking. And they're pretty much in the same spot as Toronto is, who's got a new coach and some really important new players in key positions or guys that have changed roles. So pretty much an even kind of standoff here. Let's see what happens once this game gets going. Let's see what Toronto's able to do, especially off the top.
Starting lineups are in the books. Again, starting lineups brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance as the Raptors and the Cavaliers take to the floor. Toronto hoping to jump above 500 and keep this little mini win streak going as well, as the Raptors have been a much different team, I would say, over the last week or so compared to what we saw over the first couple of weeks.
They have been. I think they're really starting to come together, Eric, and it's important for them to get wins to kind of, as I said earlier, validate their system. Let's see what they get tonight.
Game is underway. Raptors in red, Cavaliers in white as the Cavs control the opening tip, and they start with the ball. First touch for the Cavaliers. Allen is above the arc on the near side, goes over on the far side to Mobley inside the arc. Fake the handoff, gets down near the block, turns around, up for the jumper, and good from about 12 feet.
It's where he operates, Evan Mobley. You're not going to see him stepping out and take a lot of threes. He'll take some, but very competent as a mid-range player.
First touch time for Toronto now. Out on the far wing above the arc, Anunoby's got it. Looking for Barnes as he had the mismatch. Instead, they find Poeltl, who lobs it to Barnes. Jakob Poeltl.
That's where the switching hurts you. Donovan Mitchell fighting Scotty Barnes, and great on the floor, but once it goes airborne, that vertical spacing is a killer.
Tied 2-2. Cavs looking for Allen under the 10, and they weren't able to get it to him. And Raptors come back the other way and end up converting on a bucket from Jakob Poeltl right under the 10.
Great hands by Poeltl and the penetrating dribble by Schroeder.
4-2 Toronto leads, and right back the Cavaliers have tied it up at 4-4.
Got to be careful with the screen roll stuff. You know, Garland comes clean off the screen. Raptors have played that pretty well this year.
We're 90 seconds into the ball game, locked 4-4. Siakam driving down Main Street, got a step on Mobley, kissed it off glass too strong. Tipped by Poeltl. Siakam comes in to save it. Over to Schroeder for three, busted. Raptors lead 7-4.
Good presence of mind by Schroeder. The shot clock was winding down. The ball didn't hit the rim. It was getting close.
Driving far side all the way to the 10, and he gets it to go. They didn't stop the ball, and there was no help coming.
Well, screen and roll again. They didn't do a good job of hedging out and slowing down the ball handler, so the guy who was guarding the ball could recover.
Raptors again quickly answer back, though.
Yep, inside with that vertical spacing. They get a switch on Donovan Mitchell, and I mean, he might be tenacious on the ground, but you can't help it when you're 6'9", and the other guy's 6'2".
Raptors leading 9-6. Jared Allen driving to the 10, met by Poeltl, but a little hesitation, then he softly goes up and puts it in. Raptors up 9-8, 2.5 minutes into the ballgame. Siakam on the near side to Poeltl, back to Pascal. Going to hoist a three, and that one no good for Siakam. Rebound to the Cavaliers. They push ahead with a chance now to grab the lead, trailing by one. Garland in the corner, near side to Mobley. Puts it on the ground, kicks it back out. Sidestep, triple is up, no good for Strus. Allen, though, with the rebound. Second chance time for the Cavaliers. And another three ball hoisted by the Cavs, no good. That was Mitchell, and it goes out of bounds onto the side. Near side, it'll be Raptor ball.
You know, it's tough when you play with a guy like Donovan Mitchell because he is really kind of scoring distributor. And when he decides he's going to score, the distribution stops.
9-8 Toronto leading. Scotty Barnes trying to weave through some traffic. Straight away now. Goes back over on the far side to Anunoby. Down on the block to Pirtle. Yak trying to go up Mobley. Turns toward the baseline. Soft right-hand hook is good for Jakob Pirtle.
Jakob Pirtle, 28 of 32 in his last 6 games. Leads the NBA in field goal percentage.
Back the other way for the Cavaliers, and the ball is deflected, knocked away by the Raptors, so the Cavs turn it over, and here come the Raptors leading by 3. Siakam, far side. Garland went for the steal, missed it, and as the Raptors work the ball around, they say Toronto threw it away. No way, that was tipped. That was 100% tipped. That was Siakam.
Touched. That was touched.
It was touched by Strus, no doubt about that one.
That's a bad.
None of the officials apparently saw it, Jonesy, because they're keeping the ball with the Cavs.
That's a badly missed call.
Schroeder nearly stole the ball right back for the Raptors, but he wasn't able to stay inbound as he intercepted the pass towards center court. So the Cavs keep the ball trailing 11-8. Garland at the right elbow, turns around, hands off to Mobley, gets to the free throw line, elevates for the jumper, and he knocks it down. Siakam a little late in putting that hand up.
Well, again, didn't chase him around the screen. It was kind of a lazy screen and roll, and Toronto didn't react to it.
OG to Pascal, up top, above the arc, goes over on the sideline to Barnes for 3. Scotty short on that one, clanks off the side of the iron.
They got the switch, and OG ran out of the post against the guy they'd been picking on in Mitchell.
Pascal just picked the pocket of Mobley down the floor, was looking for Anunoby. His pass deflected, and the Raptors botched the fast break.
Got to bounce past that. Got to bounce past that.
Garland on the baseline. Wow, what a play that was. He stopped on a dime, faked the pass, Pirtle bit, and he floated it up, got the roll. It goes in, plus the foul, and a 3-point opportunity coming for Garland.
Okay, Raptor fans, put your antenna down. It's not Scott Foster, but it is Ben Taylor.
Well, the guy that he had the biggest issue with is gone, right?
Yeah, but the team's still there wearing the same color.
Of course, if you don't remember, it was Ben Taylor and Fred VanVleet that Jonesy is referring to. We'll keep you updated on the out-of-town scoreboard throughout the evening. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bet Rivers, as the Eagles just got a 59-yard field goal in the rain to tie the game against Buffalo at 31 apiece to send this game into overtime. Buffalo did have 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, but they were unable to score. So it's in OT. We'll keep you updated on that, plus the NBA out-of-town scoreboard throughout the broadcast. Schroeder misses on a triple near side. Cavs rebound, Cleveland leading 13-11. Both teams off to a pretty hot start from the field. Mitchell to Allen in the lane, leans in on Pirtle, gets the one-hand floater to go, and the Cavaliers lead by 4. Darko wants a timeout.
Well, I'm sure Darko's going to address the screen roll stuff. Cleveland's not really crunching people on screens. They're kind of ghost screens, rub screens, almost semi-exchanges, and the Raptors not pressuring the ball, stopping the ball, or recovering to the roll man.
Cavaliers shooting 7 of 10 to start the game. They lead by 4 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Let's get jerseys. Let's get jerseys.
Right now, become a Tangerine client with a savings account, and you could get a free Raptors jersey.
We want jerseys.
Finally, a savings account worth cheering for.
Jerseys. Jerseys.
Find out how to score a jersey at tangerine.ca/Raptors. Tangerine, that's forward banking. Available to new clients who open and fund an eligible account while supplies last. Conditions apply.
College basketball is coming to Toronto with a doubleheader on December 9th at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Come watch Toronto's own and reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, lead Purdue in a showdown against Alabama, followed by an exciting matchup between TCU and Clemson. Don't miss your chance to be part of Zach Edey's much-anticipated return to the Six. Secure your seats now. Tickets for the Hall of Fame Series Toronto are available at HOFseries.com. That's HOFseries.com.
Hey, Toronto sports fans. Heading to a game this season? The Bentwood at the Second City is the perfect spot for a pregame drink and bite. Why not join us for a burger and a pint, or tacos and a pint, or spaghetti and meatballs and a pint? You get it. Located at 1 York, steps away from the big game. With on-site parking, over a dozen screens, and a fast, fun menu, we're the perfect destination before or after the game. Visit BentwoodToronto.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 7:07 to go. Opening quarter. Cleveland off to a 15-11 lead. They're up on the Raptors by 4. Toronto shooting a hair under 56%, but the Cavs 7 of 10 to start the game. Jonesy 7 points, leading the way for Darius Garland.
Well, I talked about their inside attack with the double bigs, Mobley and Allen. 12 of their 15 in the paint, and that's a team that, normally Toronto gets the advantage of people in the paint. Keep an eye out for Cleveland in that regard today. They are 11th in field goal percentage in the paint. Toronto's 12th. And in terms of actual points in the paint, we'll give you those numbers in a second as we're set to start play.
You got some time if you want to give it, Jonesy. It's up to you.
All right.
I'll bear with you. Raptors getting set to inbound on the baseline.
Let me
Siakam into Schroeder.
Dig him up. Toronto 8th in the paint. Cleveland 9th.
All right. Neck and neck. Schroeder straight away. Stops his dribble, goes over to Pirtle. Nearly picked off by Garland. Yak puts it on the floor, goes out on the wing, near side to Trent. Gary early into the game for Scotty Barnes. Trent's got it back right now. Bounce pass in the lane to Schroeder. Kick out to Anunoby near sideline 3. No good. Rebound to the Cavaliers.
Good execution. That's a shot that OG would knock down most of the time.
And quickly back the other way. A monster two-hand cram for Jared Allen.
Well, you got to sprint back. Like that ball passed OG, and he didn't pick it up to start running until he saw Jared Allen sprint by him. Cleveland in a bit of a zone now.
Raptors have it. Far now to Trent for 3. Gary missed that one, banked off the back of the rim. But the Raptors keep it alive on the offensive glass. Schroeder around a Pirtle screen, driving toward the tin, scoop it up around the arms of Strus, and he missed it. Back the other way come the Cavaliers. And leaning in with a left hand as he curled it under the defender's arm. It was Mobley, and now the Cavs suddenly up 19-11.
Well, their last 2 baskets have been fast break variety. I don't know if they qualified, but they were certainly early offense type opportunities.
OG holding the ball, finds Siakam at the free throw line, kicks it back out to Anunoby. Wide open 3 ball, and he rips the cords.
That's how you beat the zone. Go inside out. Pascal at the free throw line. The defense gravitates toward him, and OG has a practice shot out top.
Garland back for the Cavaliers across that big C, the big Cleveland logo at center. Finding Mobley, cutting to the tin. He thought he was fouled and tripped, but they say he just kind of lost his footing. The Raptors get the ball after the wild miss. Siakam kick out to Trent. Low pass, he picks it back up. Goes cross court, right to left. No, he doesn't. It goes to Pirtle on a short pass instead. Anunoby along the baseline, stops on a dime, throws it up, misses. His tip no good. Loose ball picked up by Pirtle. Out to Trent, up fake. He puts it on the floor. Now settling things down, still with 9 on the shot clock. Trent crosses up Strus into the lane. Bunny hop, jumper, clean.
Good move by Gary. Didn't force the 3. Took the controlled mid-range, got to his spot, treated Strus like a practice partner on that one.
Raptors have cut this thing to 3. It's 19-16. Mobley back just below the far elbow, missed it. Too strong, rebound to the Raptors. They could tie it with a 3. Jonesy wants him to run. Raptors kind of going slow paced right now. Trent has it far sideline. Drops it to Pirtle inside the arc toward that far corner. Up fake on Mobley. Uses the dribble, goes to the baseline. And he traveled, but you know what? They didn't call it. He passed it out of bounds anyways as he launched it toward the near sideline out of bounds. Turnover Raptors.
Now listen, your mentality on the road is I'm not getting a call. I'm going to have to play through contact. And that time it looked like Yak was looking for a call to bail him out. You don't count on those when you're away from home. I was surprised he kept it
that long himself, Jonesy, that he didn't give it up sooner.
Well, he had good position, and he was ready to go to work. The problem was he got to the baseline and he had no angle.
Strus has it for the Cavs, well above the arc on the near side. Now trying to drive down Main Street. He got his pocket pick. Great job by Gary Trent.
Way better defense. Trent got over the screen that time.
19-16, make it 19-18 as Jakob Pirtle, the recipient of the pass in the lane, and he finishes in traffic with a left-hand lay-in.
It all started with Trent's defense getting over the screen. Cleveland not really screening. They're just kind of rubbing people.
Jonesy, the Raptors doing it again. 6 assists on 8 field goals as they have gone on a mini run here. It's a 7-0 run, Toronto, to cut it to 1 after they trailed 19-11. It's now 19-18. 3:57 to go in the opening quarter. Cavaliers with the ball. Donovan Mitchell looking to give it up. He was looking for Strus, but Strus wasn't looking. He finds Allen, who gives it to Strus. Back to Allen. Dunk it down.
There's a play again.
They're working it.
Well, they're working the screen and roll because Toronto's not putting the pressure on the ball handler. Jakob that time stayed back, and he was trying to cover two, but in actuality, covering neither.
21-18. Schroeder to Trent. Drops it inside on the block near side to Siakam.
Go.
Time to go to work, as Jonesy says. He spins and finishes. And I heard that school bell ringing, Jonesy.
Yeah. I'm not sure George Niang could guard you down there, E.
Oh, wait, that's like a shot at me, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No?
No. I've seen your post moves.
Okay. All right. Give me a little bit of cred. LeVert misses on the scoop, but guess who? Johnny on the spot to tip it in, Jared Allen.
18 of their 21 in the paint.
The answer back, though, for the Raptors, as we've got a very quick-paced game right now, as Toronto trails 23-20 with just under 3 minutes to go. Up and down the floor we go. Donovan Mitchell cut off near the block left side, up top to Niang. Now just above the free throw line, it's Jared Allen looking to hand off, and he does. Little pass over to Strus, contested three, far sideline, no good. Tip no good by Mitchell. Loose ball is there, tapped away by Schroeder. Schroeder hounded in the back court by Strus. He's got to get across, and he does. Here comes Schroeder, head of steam by Mitchell to the tin and in. Dennis Schroeder, and now the Cavs want a timeout.
Well, Schroeder, experienced point guard. The best way to beat somebody is to be going at him full speed while he's flat-footed. And Donovan Mitchell, as quick as he is, he was flat-footed there. Schroeder bearing down on him, just gave him a little move, got by him, laid it in. The Raptors cut it to 1.
24-23 with 2:29 to go in the first quarter. It's the Cavaliers leading by 1 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, the fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Take a chance, you'll see. You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot. It's where you want to be.
BetRivers Online Casino has hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
Take a chance.
Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge.
Amazon's got the best deals on Black Friday. The best deals are on Cyber Monday. Friday comes first when it comes to saving. Monday's worth the wait for what you've been craving. Deals so good it'll feel like stealing. Real cool message, could you make it less appealing? What's with the beef? You can get that too. Won't you call us? What's triggering you? Whichever day you're shopping on, you'll save a bunch at Amazon on Black Friday, Monday too.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter action brought to you by BetRivers. Take a chance. 2:29 to go in the opening frame. Raptors trailing by 1. It's 24-23. Toronto Raptors basketball is presented by Tangerine Bank, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans, right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Raptors down 1, and Jonesy, we talked about it in the pregame show. It's a battle of two top picks from just a couple of years ago in the 2021 draft, Scotty Barnes and Evan Mobley. Barnes quiet thus far to start the game with just 2 points. He got the early exit only 3 minutes into the game. It was the usual, bring in Gary Trent, but Scotty back on the floor. And on the other side, Mobley off to a decent start, 6 points, 3 rebounds, but his team leading by only 1.
Scotty didn't have the energy that we normally see him playing with, and it's been...
You mean tonight or a couple of nights ago?
No, just tonight.
Okay.
And
we
the same thing we saw a couple nights ago in Orlando. He's got to get juiced up and come out the box a little bit more. Darko's not waiting this time. 3 minutes, made the change. Now let's see what he has when he comes back in.
Garland got a step on Barnes, got to the tin, to the baseline, kicks out far side, triple up, no good for LeVert. Crashing in for the rebound, Malachi Flynn tipped it to Barnes. Scotty ahead to Precious, head of steam on the near side. Slowing things down now, back up top to Flynn. Flynn on the Cavalier logo as we tick under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Flynn now to Siakam, over to Precious. 1 foot inside the arc. Lob pass to Siakam on a two-hand jam. Alley-oop finish. Raptors lead by 1.
Raptors so good in that high horns action around the high post. Malachi with a great rip screen, a great back screen to free Seattle. And there, Siakam, and there's the vertical spacing again.
Niang through the lane, kicking out on the perimeter to Levert. He puts it on the floor, gets into the lane, floats it up off 1 foot, missed it. And the Raptors with the rebound. Flynn brings it across. Toronto up 26-23. Siakam stops. He's got Precious Achiuwa.
He had him with a layup on a drop step, and now they've got to reset.
Send that leading pass like a quarterback to the receiver. Now Siakam drives, turns around, passes out to Precious. Dangerous. Here comes Precious in the lane. Back to Pascal. Turn fire. No good. It rolls off the rim. Man, I think the Raptors should have had 2 in that possession. 26-23. Toronto leading by 3, under a minute to go. Cleveland driving. No good on the finish there for Okoro. And back the other way come the Raptors. Malachi Flynn driving to the tin. Left-hand scoop, too strong. Rolled off the rim. We've seen that 3 times already in the game by the Raptors. And Okoro never even got back to center court. He gets the touchdown pass down the other end of the lane and lays it in.
That's got to be a finish. Malachi with a terrific move, unable to finish. And instead of being 28-23, it's 26-25.
Raptors by 1 with 39 seconds to go. 2-for-1 opportunity probably for the Raptors if they opt to go for it. Instead, it seems like they're kind of running things down and slowing things down a bit. Precious Achiuwa goes over to Gary Trent. Trent on the wing far side. He's got Levert on his hip. And as 2 defenders come at him, he kind of leans in, floats it up, and gets it on a one-hander from 9-10 feet.
Terrific job by Gary Trent. He's not big on those off-balance shots, but he did have a 2-foot takeoff there.
28-25, Raptors leading. Last shot time for the Cavaliers. 15 seconds to go. Garland at center court, milking the clock down. Mobley comes, sets a screen. Garland goes around it to the right. He's got a switch, picked up by Precious. Goes over to Levert straight away. Levert on Flynn. Malachi standing his ground. Levert drives to the baseline, swatted away by Scotty Barnes with the help D. 1.9 seconds remain in the quarter.
Good job by Malachi to continue to move his feet as Levert pressed to the right side. And second man off the ground, Scotty Barnes with the block.
28-25, Raptors by 3. Cavs inbound, and a heave at the buzzer, no good. That's nowhere near anywhere for Niang. And the Raptors will head to the second quarter with a 3-point lead.
Pretty good job by Toronto holding Cleveland to 5 of 15 to end the quarter.
On top, we will have second quarter action next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom, wha-bam, zap, turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
The wait is over, my lambs. Rib Sanity is back at St. Louis Bar and Grill, and it's in retrograde. Tasty relationships are inevitable with all-you-can-eat ribs for only $27.99. And expand your horizons with 2 new special sauces. It won't last forever, so to improve your rib life balance, check out Rib Sanity, and remember to like and subscribe.
St. Louis Bar and Grill. Devilishly good since 1992.
At Toyota, we believe you deserve a truck like the Tundra. It's a truck that's capable, reliable, and ready for adventure, just like you. A truck that's tough on the outside, yet warm and comforting on the inside. What? You know you secretly enjoy a nice warm bubble bath? Don't we all? It's time to find your match. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2024 Tundra 4x4 Crewmax SR from $164 weekly for 40 months at 7.99% with $5,449 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Toronto Raptors basketball presented by Tangerine Bank, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. We're streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca. Raptors leading 28-25 as we get set to start the second quarter. And Jonesy, a pretty good response by the Raptors. After the Cavs started 7 of 10, Cleveland 5 for their last 15, as you were talking about, right? The defense started to crank up.
Darko called a quick timeout, and he probably, if I can see it, I'm sure an NBA coach can see it, the way they're playing the screen and roll, or maybe weren't playing the screen and roll. They changed that a little bit more aggressive, and even though Cleveland's got 22 of their 25 in the paint, Raptors really able to slow the field goal percentage late in the quarter.
Achua caught the pass, started streaking down Main Street. He was fouled on a drive, so Precious is going to get a chance to go to the free throw line. He again looks real active early in this game.
This is something that I guess I noted. Well, we were not on air, Eric. I was talking at the arena, and I thought I'm really impressed with Precious. He came from Miami, where he was put in a box.
We were on air.
Did we talk about this?
Yep.
I'm getting old.
That's all right.
You know, he's come into a new role where Nick Nurse kind of let him go, and he did his thing. And now he's in another new role with Darko, and he seems to be growing into that, too. So he's showing some real versatility and professionalism in this early part of his career.
Well, unfortunately, as we're giving him love, he goes 0 for 2 at the free throw line, so the Raptors fail to capitalize on points. Loose ball, though, picked up by Toronto as Boucher taps it ahead to Malachi Flynn. Raptors down the floor, leading by 3. Precious under the tin, trying to go up and under on Mobley. Cutoff can't go anywhere. He's in the lane a long time. Raptors get out of there, though. JB Bickerstaff is screaming mad on the sideline, wanted the call. Scotty Barnes drives off glass and in as he's fading to the baseline on the left side. He kissed it and got it to go.
I don't blame JB Bickerstaff. I can't tell you the last time I saw a 3-second call with a guy in the lane with the ball.
Raptors by 5 and coming back the other way. Niang misses from 6 feet, and the Raptors up 5. Far corner, triple. Otto Porter into the game, no good. And the rebound to the Cavaliers. 30-25, but a minute 15 into the second quarter. Driving, Garland kicks it out. Triple, no good. And the Raptors come away with the rebound. Scotty Barnes out on the far side. He's on the sideline, trying to shake Okoro. He's still on the bounce. Ball knocked away, picked up again by Barnes. Kicks out to Malachi Flynn. Flynn back to Barnes, diving to the tin. Tons of contact, no call, but cleaned up by Boucher. And the Raptors now lead by 7.
Gotta love Chris going to the basket, the activity around the basket, and scooping up the loose change.
Finally, the Cavaliers answer back with their first points of the second quarter. It took 2+ minutes as Evan Mobley gets it from 15 feet.
You got to guard Mobley in that 15, 17-foot mid-range. That's where his bread is buttered.
32-27. Raptors by 5. Malachi Flynn into the lane. Handed it off to Achua. His shot was blocked on a soft little hook right under the tin. Back the other way off the turnover come the Cavaliers. Triple is good for George Niang.
You know he's going to stop and shoot it. You know he's not going all the way to the basket.
(32-30). Raptors leading by 2. Triple for Achua, no good. And again, the rebound to the Cavaliers. Garland driving on the far side. Got a step on Flynn. Tried to go cross-court in the corner to Okoro, and it sails way over his head into the stands in Cleveland. Turnover by the Cavs.
See if the Raptors can take advantage.
32-30. Raptors on top. We're just shy of 3 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Porter to Flynn. Flynn trying to shake free from LeVert. Gets to the free throw line, elevates for the jumper, missed the shot. Ball tapped around, knocked off Cleveland or Toronto. They're going to say off Porter. Porter was right there saying he thought that Niang touched it last.
Another bang-bang call where nobody really questions it, but, you know, that's Toronto ball. The possession continues.
Garland. All the way under the tin, goes back up top to Niang. Up fake, sidestep, missed the 3 after he set his feet, Jonesy. He had a pretty good look. 32-30, Raptors still on top by 2.
Just get him to rush a little bit, it'll be to your advantage.
Boucher down on the left block, spinning to the baseline, missed that one. and Mobley's got the rebound. He's got 7 rebounds and 8 points right now. Doing a lot of work for the Cavs. Garland all the way to 10, scoop it up and in. He faked the pass, kept it himself, got it to go, and the Cavs have come back to tie the game at 32.
Raptors transition defense really soft right now. Cleveland's advancing the ball without meeting any resistance until maybe they get to the three-point line. Got to have 5 guys back, somebody in front of the ball.
32 apiece, 8:19 to go, second quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
You've heard that sound before. A basketball going off the backboard and in. A bank shot. Well, that's actually the sound of a fan winning a Raptors jersey. That's the sound of a fan getting a signed Raptors basketball. And that's a fan scoring tickets to the NBA Finals. With the Tangerine Bank Shot contest, every bank shot the Raptors score this season wins a fan a prize. Enter for a chance to win at tangerine.ca/bankshot. Tangerine, that's forward banking.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Have you wondered what driving a 2023 Lincoln Nautilus would be like? Now's the chance to find yours. For a limited time at downtown Lincoln, you can finance the Nautilus at just 0.99%. That's right, financing at 0.99 APR until the end of November. So don't wonder what premium luxury feels like. Experience it now. Find your Lincoln at downtown Lincoln. Until November 30th, finance a 2023 Lincoln Nautilus at 0.99% APR for up to 5 years. Cash prices start at $63,005 plus tax and licensing.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 8:19 to go in the second quarter. Raptors and Cavaliers tied at 32 apiece. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. I pretty much want to be sick to my stomach in mentioning this one, but the Buffalo Bills, who seem to be taking it to the Philadelphia Eagles today, kind of fell apart late third, early fourth, managed to come back to take the lead, only to see the the Eagles tie it late in the fourth quarter. Bills took a field goal in overtime to put them up, but then gave up a touchdown to the Eagles in OT, and Philadelphia comes back to beat Buffalo by 3 in overtime, and that might have put a fork in the Buffalo Bills' playoff hopes, but we shall see. Josh Allen, Jonesy, 0-6 in his career in overtime. Certainly not a great stat, and why do I know all this? Of course, yes, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm very sour and salty right now, but it's all about the Raptors and the Cavaliers as play resumes with the Raptors running offense in the far corner. Boucher, and on a catch, he tried to put it on the floor and begin his foray to the tin, and they call him for a walk.
You just can't have those turnovers coming out of timeouts. It didn't look like a travel, but again, you're on the road. You can't have those kinds of empty trip turnovers.
32 apiece. Triple on the far wing is good for Garland. And now the Cavs starting to try and heat up again offensively, leading by 3. Just their second triple, 2 of 10. From the perimeter, the Raptors are 2 of 9. Raptors down by 3. Scotty Barnes around a Precious Achua screen. Going all the way into the paint. He had a Coro on his hip, and then he elevated for a short jumper and left it short as well off the front of the iron.
Again, I'm seeing a little bit of a lack of energy, not quite the same jump in Scotty Barnes.
And another triple for Garland as he kind of went at Boucher and then stepped back and buried it from the near sideline. Back-to-back 3 balls, and the lead is 6 for the Cavaliers. They were up 8 at one point, 19-11 before Toronto came back to rip the lead away from the Cavaliers. So let's see if Toronto can do it again. Scotty Barnes, far sideline, 3 ball is good. Maybe that'll juice him up a little.
Maybe it will, and maybe it'll get him going. See him dig in on defense and start to guard some people.
Garland again. This one no good from straight away. looking to go for 3 straight on 3 straight possessions, but no good for Garland. Now the Raptors could tie it or pull within 1. Scotty Barnes, too strong, back rim. Otto Porter catches the rebound in the far corner. Finds Achua in the heart of the lane. Drop off to Boucher. Didn't look like Chris was ready as he was wide open, but he allowed Jared Allen to kind of recover. Boucher fouled, and now Chris will go to the line.
Yeah, I'm looking at the delay and a little bit of the replay. The pass, he had to reach back for it, and by the time he was able to square, now he knows as a shot blocker, I've got to deal with the guy who can block shots in Jared Allen.
First free throw good for Chris Boucher.
I mean, we're getting a look on a replay at one of the corner threes by Garland. Man, it was a travel. Like, they just so inconsistent in calling them. He made the move to his right before coming back to his left, and his left pivot foot was in the air as he was putting the ball down.
38-36, Cavaliers leading by 2. With 6:35 to go until halftime. Second free throw clean for Boucher. The Raptors trail by 1.
Some of the starters back in. Anunoby, Schroeder back in.
Schroeder right now on Garland, who finds Niang, giving it back to Garland, turning the corner on the near side, got toward the baseline, pass far corner to Okoro, into the lane, dropped it to Allen, turns, fires his soft right-hander from about 5 feet, no good. Raptors have a chance to take the lead.
Good resistance from Boucher and Pirtle on that one.
Schroeder to Boucher, back to Dennis, straight away. Left him wide open all time to tee it up, and he left it short. Rebound, tracked down by Anunoby.
Oh,
he was
come
on the
on.
floor, and I could see it from
Niang
here. He's calling for the timeout, and then Niang jumped on top of him.
Niang came over him, and that's a foul.
They're going to say jump ball. At least it's not a turnover or anything for the Raptors, but Anunoby securing that rebound.
He got knocked down by Okoro.
And to your point, Jones, he looked like Niang had almost a headlock on OG as his arm was around Anunoby's neck and shoulder as he tried to grab the ball. He had the ball with one hand. It's going to be a jump between Okoro and Anunoby at the free throw line. 6:01 to go here in the second quarter. Officials trying to get everybody set here. Darko Rajakovic coming down all the way to the other end of center court to try and bark out a few things to the officials and to his players to make sure they're ready. Anunoby wins the tip, so the Raptors maintain possession here. Shot clock sitting at 9. Far side, Siakam in the paint, goes cross court to Trent, open look. No good. Tip by Pirtle is in, and the Raptors have the lead.
Great job by Pirtle, and that's a great look by Pascal Siakam on the drive to find Trent on the other side.
Schroeder picking up some pressure on Mitchell in the backcourt. Mitchell flailing his head back, trying to get a call. Dips around a Jared Allen screen. Now goes over to Allen, nearly picked off by OG. Driving on the baseline, Okoro under the tin to Mobley, and he walked. Just before he elevated for the dunk, he slid that pivot foot, and they call him for the travel.
Be consistent, thank you. Really good multiple effort defense by the Raptors, though. Covering down, rotating, building a wall on the baseline. Really good job.
39-38. Raptors leading. They're in the midst of a 7-0 run, looking for more right now. They've scored 7+, we'll see, in just over 90 seconds. Straight away with the jumper, but he left it well short. Pascal on Mitchell, crosses up Schroeder, passes over, far sideline. Okoro 3, no good. Pirtle battles Allen to secure it and hands it to Schroeder. Ahead to Siakam on the near side, in the corner to Trent. Trent sees a seam, gets into the paint. The running floater, no good. He's fouled, and to the free throw line will go Gary Trent.
Great hit ahead by Siakam, and then kind of a legal screen as he was going to the basket, and Trent used the slip screen. And it's something that I think the officials need to be more aware of. Like, I was always taught as a point guard, kind of like a race car. Get in the slipstream. Like, if there's a guy in your team running and you're 3-4 steps behind him, it's like cars on the highway. Move at such a rate that you're at the same rate as the guy in front of you, and nobody can cut in between. And it's kind of a legal moving screen. A lot of times now, they're calling those offensive fouls moving screens, and they're not.
Niang. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell, head and shoulder fake, goes cross-court left, right to a core, brings it down to the baseline, tried to go up top, picked off by Dennis Schroeder to Pascal. Pascal fouled at the 10 by Strus, and he was doing a pretty good job getting back defensively, though. That was the pass that was intended for him. He was standing there locked and loaded, ready, Jonesy, straight away for the Cavs, but he got back defensively to break up the Raptor play.
Well, the Raptors in great position on that steal. They covered down. They did a nice job. Schroeder was like the one-man zone up top, and he did a great job reading the pass and being in the passing lane. And then I liked his delivery to Pascal at the right time. Strus had committed to him. Shoulders were square to the ball handler, Schroeder. And then a great job by the point guard to deliver at the right time. All Pascal had to do, catch it and go up, and he was fouled.
Pascal at the free throw line. Knocks down the first one. Raptors leading 42-38. Looking to get one more here and go up 5. And he doesn't as it pops out. So Siakam, 1 of 2 at the stripe. Raptors for the game, 5 of 8. Toronto shooting just 43.6%, but they lead by 4, 42-38. Garland on the wing near side. Anunoby in front of him. Garland now hands it off to Mobley, getting to the near elbow. And he misses on the jumper. Rebound to Anunoby. Across center comes Schroeder, finding Siakam on the far side. Got to the baseline, gets under the 10, and then scoops it up with a left hand. Man, he went right at Mobley, and you said it, tough move, got it to go.
Well, played through the contact. You know, if you're trying to get a foul on that one, you're going to fall out of bounds and flail your arms. Pascal said, forget that.
Mitchell,
we're taking the 2.
Up top, well short on that one. Mitchell, scoreless in this game, 0 of 3, and the Raptors lead by 6. Schroeder back for the Raptors, out on the far side. Was going to go cross-court to Trent. Instead goes to Pirtle. Back to Dennis. Back to Yak. Into traffic. Passes out. Wide open. OG. Far sideline. Busted. Knocks it down, and the Raptors lead by 9. Their largest lead of the game.
Well, how about the defense? Cleveland 17 of 38. 44%. Toronto doing a nice job containing, contesting. They've got an advantage on the rebounding category in the midst of a pretty good run right now.
Toronto doing damage, up 47-38, and we'll give you that run when we continue with 3:36 to go in the first half. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Black Friday is back, and every day feels like Friday, where you can find Nissan Rogue's impressive fuel economy and standard safety shield with offers that will make you very, very glad it's Friday. During Nissan's Black Friday event, lease the 2023 Rogue from $89 weekly for only 24 months. In stock now. SV all-wheel drive for $387 monthly at 4.99% with $3,795 down. Conditions apply.
Don't miss the biggest bonus redemption event of the year at Shoppers Drug Mart. It's the redemption event where you get the most for your points. Like if you redeem 70,000 points, you'll get up to $100 off. That's an extra $30 in value. An extra $30 off means an extra gift, an extra treat, or something extra for yourself. The biggest bonus redemption event is on now, exclusively at Shoppers Drug Mart. In-store and online. Exclusions apply.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 47-38. The Raptors leading with 3:36 to go in the first half. And Jonesy, the Raptors doing a solid job here after kind of giving up the lead and falling down. They come right back and climb that hill yet again. And Toronto in the midst of a 15-0 run over the last 24.
Well, their defense has been really good. Multiple effort, guarding the ball, building a wall, helping, being in the right spots. and then take advantage of stuff that they're getting at the offensive end. Good looks at threes, good ball movement. We continue to talk about the assists for Toronto, but they're doing a good job in this stretch at both ends. Let's see if they can finish the quarter maintaining this 9-point lead or increasing it.
On the inbound, the Raptors pick up a quick foul. It's going to be Schroeder getting a little too handsy on Garland. Raptors have had 2 big runs already in this game. In fact, 3 total if you think the Raptors had a 15-4 run. Cleveland in this second quarter had a 13-0 run, and now the Raptors in this second quarter have had a 15-0 run. Mobley, near side, trying to shake Siakam. Brought him to the near elbow, went left, came back right, and missed a wild one as Pascal stood his ground.
Yeah, really good ball pressure on the defense by Siakam.
And now Pascal spins in the lane trying to finish, but Jared Allen comes flying in out of nowhere for a big swat. Cavs down the floor. Briefly had numbers, but we're back even again. Garland trying to go at Trent, got into the lane, took a bump, but they say no, he walked first.
Walk or an offensive foul. Either way, Raptors
they
end
are calling
up
an
with the
offensive
ball.
foul,
Yeah,
you're right.
he had a little chicken wing out there, Darius Garland. I like that. I like to see the offensive foul called without the flop.
Schroeder trying to shake free from Garland, goes right to left over to Trent, driving on the near side, goes into the far corner to Pascal. Siakam puts it on the floor, got a step on Mobley. He had him, but they call him for a walk.
Yeah, well, he looked like he was going into footwork for a left-hand layup conventional, and then he brought the foot down again. He dragged that pivot foot, and that turned it over.
Cleveland down by 9 still. Haven't scored in 4+ minutes with 2:30 to go in the first half. Garland to Mobley in the near corner. Great contest by Siakam as he jumped out and got a hand right in the face of Mobley.
A rare three-point attempt by Mobley, and it's good that if you can challenge it.
And a pull-up for Trent from the far side. Busted. Gary Trent solid off the bench again tonight, and the Raptors lead by 12. Mitchell 3-ball. His first bucket of the game, and it's a big one as it breaks up a Raptor run that was continuing to climb at 18-0. Siakam straight away with under 2 minutes to go now in the first half. Driving toward the near side, blew a tire, and as he fell to the floor, he passes to the far sideline to the Gucci seats.
Well, he had Evan Mobley literally on his heels, and the contact had him fall, and Pascal, instead of finishing and finishing the play, going through the contact, threw it out of bounds. Schroeder now going to the locker room, Eric.
50-40.
See if we can get something on that. He looks upset, too.
Yeah, we just saw our TV friends, Sportsnet TV friends, showing Schroeder going to the locker room and air punching like he was really upset. Really upset. But we'll find out what the heck was going on with him as soon as we can. We'll pass it along. Bucket is good on an alley-oop. Garland to Jared Allen. And the Raptors back leading by 8. Pull-up jumper near side is Gary Trent. And he's dialed in. He's got 11 off the bench. Good on the pull-up jumper near side from about 16, 17 feet.
That's big for Gary to be leading the bench and getting his offensive confidence back.
Mobley, right block, went right, turns back left, missed the soft floater, and the Raptors with the rebound. Mobley now just 4 of 10 in the ballgame. Here comes Barnes, far corner. It's Anunoby. Over to Trent, to Siakam, back to Barnes in the near corner. 3-ball up, no good. Rebound to Pascal Siakam. Lost the handle for a moment. It went off Cleveland, though. They're going to say they knocked it out of his hands. So it'll be Raptor ball on the baseline with 57.9 seconds to go, and the Raptors leading by 10.
How can Donovan Mitchell have the gumption to complain about that?
Ridiculous.
The ball was knocked out of Pascal's hands, off his leg. It changed directions and went out of bounds. How do you ask for that call?
Trent up top to Siakam straight away. No good on a 3. Had a great look at that one, but couldn't knock it down. Here come the Cavaliers. 48 seconds to go. Triple on a quick trigger. No good for Max Strus, and the rebound goes into the near corner. Great job by Pirtle to not allow Mobley to get to it. It'll be Raptor ball with 43.5 seconds to play.
Really important to score here, which means you will have one the last 3 minutes and change of the quarter, regardless of what Cleveland does on their, could be second to last trip.
Raptors on a 20-4 run. Schroeder is back on the Raptor bench, so we'll just assume nothing's wrong with him as Pascal misses a triple on the wing near side.
Didn't like that. Pascal, good shot, but he hadn't been making the three. Maybe work it, see if you can get Gary a look, OG a look. I know you wanted to go 2 for 1, but
there's an 11-second differential shot clock, game clock, so the Raptors should get the ball back no matter what happens here. Mitchell through traffic. He kind of Euro-stepped his way through things, missed the shot, and then battling for a rebound. It's Mitchell and Pirtle. Fans were screaming for a foul, and all that was Yak just being bigger, holding onto the ball, and Donovan Mitchell trying to fight his way through, ended up getting kind of headlocked. Fans are seeing the replay again, and they're still screaming for it.
Yeah, but they weren't screaming when George Niang dropped like the WWE elbow drop on OG.
It'll be Yak versus Mitchell on a jump ball. You should assume who might win this, but never know, and it's all about positioning on top of that. Yak taps the ball to Barnes. Did it say off his fingertips? Yes, they're going to say it's off Scotty and not off Cleveland. It looked like Mobley stuck his left hand in there and flicked that thing away. Tough for us to tell from where we are. 52-42. Cleveland will inbound from the baseline. And now they'll have a chance to hold for the last shot and a chance to get this to single digits before halftime, but no. Jared Allen comes flying in. The Raptors knock it out of his hands, off his thighs, out of bounds, and it's Toronto ball with 7.4 seconds to go.
Another time when Toronto was in the right position. Pascal helping, standing in the lane. Good backdoor cut by Allen to get open, but he catches, and before he could gather, Pascal reaches in, quick hands, active hands, knocks it away, and it goes off Allen's leg out of bounds.
52-42, Raptors by 10, 7.4 seconds to go. Dennis Schroeder picks up the ball, brings it across center. Is he going to keep it himself? Nope, passes over to Scotty, far corner, back over to OG. He's not going to get one off. The shot went, but it was a fraction of a second too late.
Too bad. Still, though, Toronto wins the last 3 minutes of the quarter. We talk about how important it is to start and finish quarters well. They are going to look at it, but I'm pretty confident, like you, Eric, that it was after the buzzer.
I agree, Jonesy. After the buzzer. I feel confident going to the break. Raptors still do close the first half on a 20-4 run. The Cavs with only 4 points in nearly 7 minutes of action. Raptors leading by 10. Bet Rivers Sportsbook and Casino is here, and it's your home for chance this basketball season. Download the app featuring thousands of action-packed bets, thrilling slots, and exciting table games for you to enjoy all season long. Bet Rivers and Raptors basketball on Sportsnet. It's time to take a chance. Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. And if you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. Raptors by 10 at the half. When we come back, halftime stats, then our halftime interview on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
All right, everyone. Step up and down. Left foot, right foot. You're climbing up a trail. Now back in your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and getting active in the real world. Work those abs. Driving right through the mud and left and right. Keep that core engaged and bend at the knees as you load more into your Subaru. Windows down. Take in that outdoor air and park.
Get more value out of every kilometer at your local Subaru dealer, starting with award-winning safety.
As a parent in Ontario, I know that every student deserves to learn in a school that's safe and modern. And that starts with real government investment to address the teacher shortage, to ensure that my child and every child has a qualified teacher in the classroom. This and more student supports in schools means safer schools for everybody. Tell the Ford government that it's past time to invest in students. Visit knowmore.ca. That's knowmore.ca. A message from the Ontario English Catholic Teachers Association.
College basketball is coming to Toronto with a doubleheader on December 9th at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Come watch Toronto's own and reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, lead Purdue in a showdown against Alabama, followed by an exciting matchup between TCU and Clemson. Don't miss your chance to be part of Zach Edey's much-anticipated return to the Six. Secure your seats now. Tickets for the Hall of Fame Series Toronto are available at HOFseries.com. That's HOFseries.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you at the half. The Raptors leading the Cavaliers 52-42. Jonesy, what stood out most for you in the first half for Toronto?
Well, after the 7 of 10 start for Cleveland, Toronto holds them to 12 of 35 to close the quarter. Cleveland only shooting 42% for the half. Toronto with the 10-point lead. Donovan Mitchell, one more basket than Eric Smith right now.
Man, you keep bringing up my game during this contest, you know?
Because I'm respecting your game.
I appreciate that.
Donovan Mitchell, 1 of 5, 2 points. I thought the Raptors did a good job of making him pay at the defensive end, especially early when they got into switch situations. And Toronto slowed the points in the paint advantage for Cleveland and actually have a better number. More points in the paint at halftime, 28-26.
I'll tell you what I love as well. Not a single Raptor starter is in double figures, and yet they lead by 10. Balanced ball game. Darius Garland on the other side for the Cavs has 15. When we come back, you're going to hear from Alvin Williams. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
This winter, you may ask, oh, what fun is it to ride the 2024 Honda CR-V Hybrid? Well, dashing through the snow in a 204-horsepower sleigh, jingling all the way with Apple CarPlay and heated leather seats, you'll discover that the CR-V Hybrid isn't just efficient. It's made for fun adventures. And to make spirits even brighter, you don't have to wait to take one home. The 2024 CR-V EXL Hybrid is in stock today. Lease from just $149 weekly at 7.69% for 60 months, $2,650 down, OAC taxes extra. See HondaOntario.com.
Did you see this? The Rogers Wrapped in Red event is back with exciting deals.
Really?
It says right here, you compare 5G mobile and Ignite internet plans, each starting at $55 a month.
What?
You want the fine print? For 24 months after autopay discount for mobile. New activations only.
All of that? Amazing.
But how will we gift wrap a plan?
There's a bag for everything these days. Our really, really exciting Black Friday deals are here. Visit Rogers.com or a Rogers store for details.
When it comes to tough, there's no such thing as second best. It's why we built the 2023 Ford F-150 with available Power Boost full hybrid V6 engine and class-exclusive Pro Power onboard. If you want the truck built with power, capability, and innovation, there's no substitute. There's only F-150. Until November 28th, get up to $5,500 in Black Friday rebates on select 2023 F-150 models. Visit your Toronto area Ford store or Ford.ca for details.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? Then it's time to try Babbel. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel, language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
A Black Friday sale is on now with store-wide savings up to 85%. TV, home audio, appliances and headphones, car audio to car starters, laptops, and more. All your favorite brands are on sale and will beat anyone's price in Canada guaranteed. And you'll save even more when you pick up in store. Plus, take up to 3 years to pay interest-free. The legendary Black Friday sale is on right now. See all the deals at visions.ca.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you at the half. The Raptors leading the Cavaliers 52-42 on the latest edition of Smith and Jones. Jonesy and I had a chance to chat with our colleague from Sportsnet and, of course, longtime Raptor fan favorite, Alvin Williams.
You played in great buildings like Madison Square Garden. You played at the Palestra. You played in some of these legendary buildings. But as a player, you always have some buildings that you look forward to. You know when you're on the bus going to the game or when you're walking the tunnel, walking to the locker room, you're like, it's not my gym, but I'm good here. I feel real comfortable here, and I'm about to go to work.
New York definitely won. That's number one because, again, it's not far from Philly, and you will have your family. They still could be there, so you have that. You want to play well in front of your family and friends, and New York, just their crowd and their acknowledgement and their knowledge and just their passion for basketball. That's New York City. And then you had the stars that come out, the actresses and the actors, like every entertainers, everyone's coming out there. And then it's just a team. Like you see certain guys over there. You see Stephon Marbury. You see a Mark Jackson. You see a Charlie Ward. You see a Latrell Sprewell, Allen Houston, Patrick Ewing. Like those guys are guys that you look up to. You want to play against. You want to play well against. So New York, it goes into all that. The other places like L.A., it was always fun going out there in L.A., playing there because of the same reasons. Not the same passion that you feel from a New York City, but they love their Lakers. They love their Lakers, and you see the entertainers and all those things out there. And you only get out there one time throughout the year, so you really want to try to show what you can do. The other thing, I love playing in Miami as well. And now you're starting to see the cities that are that's hot, like those cities like that. But New York, Miami, L.A., and the one building I did love playing in was Sacramento because at that time the Arco Arena, it was small and they were right up on you. They had great teams, man. I just got a chance to see Jason Williams 2 days ago in Orlando. So, and then Mike Bibby came, so it was always a challenge playing against those guards. But Sacramento, that was a great place as well. Even though I don't remember having big games there, it was just always a fun environment because the crowd was right on you. They had the cowbells. And, they were on the verge of being one of those special teams. They just kept bumping into the Lakers. So those are some arenas that I love playing in. Boxing, you got Ali. It's more than just basketball. That's a stage for entertainment.
Even at the NBA level, when you're talking about being at MSG or being in L.A., whether it be at Staples Center or otherwise, and looking and seeing whether it be an actor or an actress or a musician or somebody that you really liked, and you're kind of like, man, I'm playing in front of X. I'm really balling in front of Y. Like, did you ever catch yourself, or were you always able to put the blinders on and be about the business?
It was a lot, right? It's funny you mentioned that because Vince and I were just talking, and our thing was we always had to bump into Halle Berry. Like, that was the biggest thing. We got Halle Berry. And I remember going to L.A., and Halle Berry was at one of the games, and Vince was the megastar, and I'm like, hey, man, like, you got to go talk to her. Like, you're Vince Carter, whatever the case may be. So we would, like, as much of a star as Vince Carter was, Vince was very humble. So it wasn't like, and he was young, so it wasn't like he had those relationships yet. But, as a fan, as a player, yeah, you admire other people for their work. But me, I was the guy that was more intrigued by the athletes, by the people I was playing against. Like, if I was to play Golden State at the time and Muggsy Bogues was there and, New York Knicks, Charles Oakley was there, or you see those guys like, oh, my God, I'm playing against Michael Jordan, or I'm playing against, Shaquille O'Neal. So more than that, more than the people in the crowd, it was the people on the court that I really got a chance to, I was more in awe with, playing against those people.
That was our conversation from the latest edition of Smith & Jones with Alvin Williams, talking about some holiday memories and some memories of one of his favorite joints, Madison Square Garden. Again, Smith & Jones, every Thursday, fresh content, and you can always check out the podcast at Google, Apple, Spotify, or otherwise download the podcast, download, subscribe, rate, and review. When we come back, second half action with the Raptors leading the Cavaliers 52-42 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app, and
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
The secret to my super strength? A mega-calorie diet. And my super strong muscles are exactly what Ed and Kate needed. They wanted a backyard with a tiki bar. You know the vibes. They were approved for a home renovation loan. And I got these powerful hands dirty. Their backyard is now glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
Lincoln Nautilus would be like? Now's the chance to find yours. For a limited time at downtown Lincoln, you can lease the Nautilus at just 1.99%. That's right, lease rates as low as 1.99 APR until the end of November. So don't wonder what premium luxury feels like. Experience it now. Find your Lincoln at downtown Lincoln. Until November 30th, lease a 2023 Lincoln Nautilus at 1.99% APR for up to 3 years. Cash prices start at $63,500 plus tax and licensing.
The prophecy is true. Rib Sanity has returned to St. Louis Bar and Grill.
Amen, brother.
Yes, all-you-can-eat ribs for just $27.99.
We are saved.
And a 23-ounce Molson pint for only $6.99.
Hallelujah.
Make haste.
I don't know what haste means.
It means fast.
St. Louis Bar and Grill. Devilishly good since 1992.
While furnace breakdowns are unexpected, you can expect Reliance Home Comfort to fix it fast. We're here to take your call 24/7. And if you need a new one, pay no interest for 1 year on a featured furnace. That's right. That's 12 equal monthly payments interest-free. Looking to improve your home's energy efficiency? Upgrade to a heat pump system, and you may be eligible for up to $7,100 in government rebates and energy audits. So for an unexpected furnace breakdown, call on Reliance. Financing OAC for a 12-month term with no interest accruing. Conditions apply. See website for details.
Is your website actually working for you? Sure, it's there. But is it driving enough new business for you? If not, we can help. Whether you need to outrank your competition in Google or run ads that actually generate ROI, we have a solution for you. Search Engine People is a Google Premier partner ranked top 3% globally. Plus, we're based right here in the GTA. Visit scp.ca today and find out how we can bring your website back to life. scp.ca.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second half. The Raptors with a 10-point lead at 52-42. Toronto Raptors basketball presented by Tangerine Bank, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. And Jonesy, a lot of things going well for the Raptors in that first half, especially late. And maybe not even that late. Heck, it went 6-7+ minutes with the Raptors on that big run to close out the second quarter.
Holding Cleveland to 7 of 20 in the second quarter. Just doing a good job through probably for about a quarter and a half defensively and converting at the other end. Let's see if they can keep it up. 10-point lead, pretty good lead. It's not a high-scoring game. Neither of these teams really get up and down when you look at the offense. Cleveland 22nd, 111 points a game. Raptors 18th at 112 a game. These 10-point leads, kind of like a 12, 13-point lead with the pace that it is. See if Toronto can keep it up.
We begin the second half. Raptors with the ball. Dennis Schroeder for the Raptors, driving on the near side, got to the baseline, fires over on the far sideline to Pascal. He's bumped, and a foul comes in against the Cavaliers.
So that's really kind of poor defense by the Cavs. Jared Allen rushing out at Pascal and getting that left knee. Your scouting report says Pascal has not made a lot of threes this year consistently. Close out, play the drive.
Raptors run offense. Pascal holding the ball right now. Now going at Mobley, went right, spins back left. That wasn't a goaltend. They say a clean block for Jared Allen. Cavs rifle it down the floor, and they get the bucket as Strus had gotten in behind the Raptor defense.
Well, Siakam with a quick spin move, and that's where the Twin Towers get you.
Barnes on the near side. Nothing coming from Donovan Mitchell, but Scotty missed the one-hand floater, and the Cavs come up with the ball, and guess what? Same type of play as Strus got behind the defense and dunked it down.
Well, and again, you know, Pascal, we were thinking maybe a goaltend, but Scotty's got to finish that. You know, he's got a smaller Donovan Mitchell. He's got to finish that off, and all of a sudden Cleveland, 4 quick points on what could have been 4 points for the Raptors. This thing is 6. It could easily have been 14.
We got a break. 45 seconds into the quarter. Raptors lead has been cut to 6. 52-46. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Truck.ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day. Think 2 minute truck.ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, 2minute-truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks, so give us a call today.
Hey Toronto sports fans, heading to a game this season? The Bentwood at the Second City is the perfect spot for a pregame drink and bite. Why not join us for a burger and a pint, or tacos and a pint, or spaghetti and meatballs and a pint? You get it. Located at 1 York, steps away from the big game. With on-site parking, over a dozen screens, and a fast, fun menu, we're the perfect destination before or after the game. Visit BentwoodToronto.com.
This is
Toronto Raptors basketball
on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Third quarter action. 11:15 to go. We're only 45 seconds in, but Darko Rajakovic didn't like what he saw on the few possessions that we have seen thus far in this third quarter. Back-to-back plays for the Cavaliers, busting out behind the Raptor defense, and Max Strus finishing with a layup on one and a dunk on the other. Raptors have dipped down below 43%. Still leading by 6. It'll be Toronto ball when we resume play here. Toronto beginning a mini road trip tonight here in Cleveland, and then Brooklyn on Tuesday before a grueling back-to-back at home on Wednesday, hosting Phoenix. 3 games in 4 nights. Would certainly be nice to start with a W tonight. Schroeder out to OG. Around a Pirtle screen. OG at the far elbow. Elevates for the jumper, and they're going to call him for an offensive foul.
Strus was in a terrible guarding position. Had his feet together. He tripped himself.
They're going to call a push-off on OG, which I didn't see. Raptors still up 6. Still scoreless in this third quarter. We're only a minute 15 in, but the Cavaliers trying to do some damage, and they got another deuce right there. Mobley to Allen, who guides it in the tin.
You got to know that's coming and pressure the passer or jam the roller.
Schroeder, far side, spins to the baseline and finishes with an acrobatic layup. Nice job by Dennis. He's got 7 in the ball game, and the Raptors lead by 6. Strus to Allen out on the far side. Allen, that's going to be illegal. He stuck out the backside and cleared out Dennis Schroeder with a hip check, and it's a foul on Jared Allen.
That foul only happens because Schroeder is determined not to be screened. If he does the fly paper, the sticky paper, and runs into the screen and sticks on it, then Allen set a good screen. There was enough space there. Strus did not run the screen well. Allen's pivoting, but Schroeder's in hot pursuit.
And Jared Allen, Jonesy, just over 90 seconds into the third quarter, just picked up his 4th foul. That's huge to get him off the floor. Anunoby missing a 3-ball far corner in front of his own bench. Thought he was fouled. Says something to the officials. Doesn't get the call, and back the other way. We got a foul on Scotty Barnes on a driving Evan Mobley, as Mobley's going to head to the stripe.
Can't play soft now if you're the Raptors. You've had a couple of bad possessions, taking shots, looking for calls. No, play with some force right now if you're the Toronto Raptors.
They're actually going to call a foul on Schroeder now, not on Scotty Barnes. I'm not sure where the foul there was on Dennis, but either way, they also called it on the floor, not on the shot. So take it and run if you're a Raptor fan, as Niang just missed right into the tin, shot out of the cannon. Back there comes Siakam, and he softly floats it in from 8 feet. Puts the Raptors up by 8 now, 56-48. Mitchell on the near side, hands off to Strus to Mobley. Above the arc, guarded by Pirtle. Gives it to Mitchell on the near sideline. Donovan Mitchell, his triple went halfway down, popped out, but nobody boxed out Strus.
Strus is
and
killing
put it
them
back in the tin.
He is killing them right now, getting easy stuff, garbage stuff.
And Toronto just turned it over. Jonesy on the other end.
Focus not there for Toronto right now. This has been a bad 2.5 minutes to start the quarter.
It's a 6-point lead for the Raptors. Running floater, no good, off glass for Garland. Raptors have the ball and numbers. Down the floor, backdoor cut. OG goes up and under the tin, missed the lay, but he's fouled. He'll get 2, but it should have been an and 1.
It should have been. Those are the kinds of things you play with a little extra force at that point to kind of reestablish things.
So 9:19 to go in the third. The Raptors lead by 6. They were up 10 at the half. OG's got a chance to put it at 8. The foul goes against Niang. Niang came off the bench into the game for Allen, so the Cavaliers have gone a little bit smaller here with Mobley kind of the de facto 5. OG misses the free throw, so the issues continue. The woes for the Raptors as a team at the line. Only 6 of 10 tonight. Mobley, handoff, far side. To Strus, went behind the back as he passed it back to Mobley. Stuck under the tin in the lane a long time. Goes out on the sideline to Strus, elevates for the triple, and I believe they're calling it on the floor. It's going to be a foul on Schroeder, but it's going to be on the floor.
Just the embellishment. Strus flailing like taking a fish out of the water.
And now Schroeder is called for his 4th foul, Jones. So we've got Schroeder on one side and Jared Allen on the other, each with 4 fouls. And I believe Schroeder's going to check out. Malachi Flynn's going to come in.
Big minutes here for Malachi. He's really, really got to hold the fort and bring exactly what Schroeder was bringing. Not just the 7 points and the 2 assists, but a little tenacity on the defensive end, a little game smarts and reading plays and distributing the ball.
So after OG went 1 of 2 at the free throw line on the other end, the Raptors lead by 7, now make it 5 as Strus comes from the near corner, streaks along the baseline, catches the pass, and goes with the reverse lay-in.
Strus has got all his points in this half.
Yep. OG near side, driving, muscling his way to the tin, missed it, but got his own tip back up and in.
That's the kind of force you need to see a guy like OG play with.
Donovan Mitchell through the paint, scoops it up with the right hand, missed the shot. Raptors pull down the rebound. Here comes Scotty Barnes. Mitchell just 1 of 7 in the game. Scotty at the near elbow to the trailer Pirtle. Back out to Scotty. He's on the perimeter. Now at the free throw line, far corner to Flynn. 3-ball up, way too strong. An air ball as Siakam had it. It was ripped away by Garland, but not before they blew the whistle to call a jump ball. It'll be Siakam and Garland.
Scotty drove to the far corner in front of the Raptor bench and did not look to the opposite block where he had Siakam with nobody helping out, being guarded by Darius Garland. I mean, that's one where you're driving that way and you lob it up again, the vertical spacing.
59-52, Raptors leading by 6. Now down to 6. Siakam straight away took 1 little jab step, then elevated for a triple and missed it. Pascal tonight 0 of 4 from distance. Came into the ball game shooting just 23% from 3. Mitchell, bunny hop in the lane, floated up with one hand, missed it. Siakam mistimed his rebound jump, but ended up getting the rebound nevertheless. Barnes ahead to Flynn, far sideline, in front of his own bench. Jumping out to partially deflect that one was Strus, but the Raptors get the ball back. Scotty lobs the pass over to Siakam. Pascal backing down, getting to the free throw line, passing out to Flynn again, far corner, and that one's good. He's had a few to dial up, and he finally got that one to go.
Yeah, good job by Siakam. The mismatch, Donovan Mitchell, they come to help. Pascal doing his job, attracting 2, then kicking it out.
So did the Raptors stem the tide here as they've gone up 10 again, driving Garland, hands off on a pass to a cutting Mitchell who lays it in. Just Mitchell's 2nd bucket of the game. He's 2 of 9. Raptors lead by 8. Scotty Barnes drives, had it on his hip, missed the floater, but he's fouled, and he's going to go to the line.
Good job by Scotty seeing the mismatch with George Niang. I'm not sure what Niang's complaining about. Scotty did a great job getting into the lane.
7:02 to go, 3rd quarter. Raptors up 62-54 as Scotty Barnes steps to the stripe and misses the 1st free throw. Man, oh man, the Raptors tonight from the free throw line giving up a ton, leaving a ton. 2nd free throw coming for Anunoby. That one's up and clean. So So Toronto now leading by 9 at 63-54. Garland out to Niang, turning the corner into the paint, hands off to Mobley. Mobley falling to the baseline, threw it up, took a bump from Pirtle, and we stopped the clock again as now the Cavs will go to the stripe with Evan Mobley. It'll be his first appearance of the game. How about this, Jonesy? 12 free throw attempts for the Raptors. This will be just the second and third free throw attempts for the Cavaliers. They had been to the line once prior to this with Darius Garland.
Toronto doing a good job of, I guess, not fouling.
Yes, you've complained even during this quarter already. You have not, but the whole team has.
Ben Taylor, you heard it there, talking about knock off the complaining, you're going to get a tech, and Scotty says, who? And Ben Taylor said, not you, the whole team. Like,
63-56, Raptors by 7 after Mobley makes both free throws. Evan Mobley, 10 points, 8 rebounds in the ball game. Anunoby has it. Straight drive down Main Street. Little resistance there as he elevated and missed the shot.
Yeah, can't miss those. Can't miss those.
Plus he's too strong, right, Jones? He's got to power through. Strus in the near corner, 3-ball is good.
Strus has had a heck of a quarter. 11 points in like less than half a quarter.
Far sideline, Scotty Barnes inside the arc. Trying to go at Donovan Mitchell. Brings it down toward the baseline. And we got a defensive 3-second violation going against the Cavs with the Raptors leading by 4. They had built the lead back to 10, and now the Cavaliers trying to make yet another run. And another missed free throw for the Raptors. OG Anunoby took it and missed. Raptors throwing away opportunities at the stripe. They've been to the free throw line 10 more times than the Cavaliers and have only 4 more makes. Trent out on the wing far side, trying to shake free from Niang. Elevates for a contested triple, missed it. Pirtle with a one-hand rebound, no good. It was knocked away from him, and the Cavs have the ball. Here comes Niang. Drops it to Mitchell. 3-ball, wing far side, short. Picked up by Flynn, who quickly turns around and pushes the pace to Siakam, sidestepping around Strus. That's not a foul? My goodness. And a technical foul going against Pascal Siakam.
I don't blame them. Strus kind of leaning
and pushing.
Got Siakam there, the whole bench up. Eric Dalen a little bit sensitive to that. That's a foul. That was a foul. And you know, look, Eric, I'll point out there have been 3 or 4 of those. Oh, could have been this one, could have been that one. Was that Toronto ball? You're not sure. I mean, that was an obvious foul, an obvious block on Max Strus.
Well, ball don't lie as Donovan Mitchell misses the free throw. First miss of the game for the Cavaliers. Raptors still holding on to a 4-point lead, but it is Cavalier ball on the side. We've seen the replay about 7 times, and there's no doubt about it, folks.
No question. No question.
It's like the refs from the Philadelphia Eagles game came to officiate this Cleveland Cavalier game. Driving, far side, baseline, cut off Garland, finds Mobley, turning in the lane, spinning, left hand, no good. Great contest there by Pirtle. He rips down the rebound as well. Malachi Flynn back the other way. Far corner, OG in front of his own bench, no good. Gary Trent was there, couldn't squeeze. Picked up by the Cavaliers. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell got by Siakam, gets into the lane, floats it up, and it crawls off the rim, off the glass, and in. He got the shooter's touch, the hometown roll, and the Cavs have cut it to 2. 63-61. It's a 7-0 run for Cleveland. Trent, step back, free throw line, bucket. They needed that one.
Well, they did, and they had the right mismatch. When I see George Niang, I'm ready to go at him.
Well, if I can get you to Cleveland in time for the 4th quarter, Jonesy, I might think about it. Mitchell spinning in the lane, missed it. Tip no good for Mobley. He tried to time it so he didn't get caught with the goaltend, and he came up short. Flynn whips a pass into the near corner to OG. Rifles one down low underneath to Siakam, who missed it, but he was fouled. What a pass from Anunoby.
Risky pass, but it got through.
Yep.
I like the ball push, though, by Malachi.
Raptors up 4, and they'll look for a couple at the stripe right now with Pascal Siakam. We've mentioned the Raptors' issues at the line. They're just 7 of 13, good for 54% on the game. On the season, Siakam shoots 73% at the line. He's 1 of 2 tonight.
It hasn't been good as a team for the Raptors in terms of their free throw shooting. They're 28th in the NBA, just barely around 73%.
Pascal does knock down the first one, so the lead goes up to 5 with 4:39 to go in the third quarter. That breaks up a run that the Cavs were on at 9-1. Second free throw good, so the Raptors have pushed their lead back up to 6, 67-61. Mitchell across center for Cleveland. Drops a pass inside the arc to Mobley, straight away covered by Pirtle. Mobley back over to Mitchell on the near side. Mitchell trying to shake free from Anunoby, went right, coming back left, lost the handle, gets it back, pulls it back on the perimeter, shot clock at 3. Finds Niang. Desperation as the shot clock wound down, and the Raptors box out, get the rebound, and here they come.
Defense has been better the last little while. Play with some force at the offensive end.
Flynn along the baseline, kicks out to Trent. Up fake, sidestep, sets the feet, left it short, tracked down, far cornered by Pirtle. To Flynn on that far sideline. Malachi with the shot clock now at 8. To Siakam. Pascal going at Strus. Far elbow, kicks it over far sideline to Flynn, and he stepped out of bounds.
Got to be aware, got to have that awareness. Pascal had Strus. I mean, you got guys like Strus.
Go at him.
Got Strus and Niang on the floor. Even if you don't want to go at him on the dribble from the top, get it to the wing, dive into the post, demand the ball down there.
67-61, Raptors leading by 6 with 3:51 to go in the third quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
College basketball is coming to Toronto with a doubleheader on December 9th at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Come watch Toronto's own and reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, lead Purdue in a showdown against Alabama, followed by an exciting matchup between TCU and Clemson. Don't miss your chance to be part of Zach Edey's much-anticipated return to the Six. Secure your seats now. Tickets for the Hall of Fame Series Toronto are available at HOFseries.com. That's HOFseries.com.
When you're looking to play, Bet Rivers will make your day. Take a chance, you'll see. You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot. It's where you want to be.
Bet Rivers Online Casino has hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
Take a chance.
Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge.
I have the test results. Impressive. During those unpredictable weather conditions, the improved Celsius 2 really performed when needed most. Our open country tire got us through tough weather on a variety of terrains. In the really bad conditions, Hoyo Observe outperformed with advanced tread design, sipes, and of course, they've got nuts that really grip. That's a winning lineup.
You can get even better results. For a limited time, save up to $80 on select sets of 4 Toyo tires. Details at toyotires.ca.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Third quarter, the Raptors leading 67-61, 3:51 to play in the frame. As we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. I said that we would look at the NBA scoreboard because I don't want to look at the NFL anymore after my Bills lost. I'm still kind of steaming and salty about that one. Portland losing to Milwaukee earlier today, 108-102. Boston taking care of Atlanta, 113-103. Phoenix wins in New York, 116-113. The Orlando Magic continue to win, beating Charlotte 130-117. Minnesota over Memphis, 119-97. Brooklyn currently on top of Chicago, 80-72, with about 4 minutes to go in the third. And it just began, nope, I lie. It's almost at the half, about 2.5 minutes ago. Denver leading San Antonio by 20, 68-48. 8 games in the association. I just gave you 7 of them. The 8th is this one right here, the Cavaliers and the Raptors, with Toronto up 6 as Cleveland brings the ball up and over.
The young Magic playing really well, and Phoenix now on a heater. They've won 7 in a row.
Both of them 7 in a row, and the Magic, to your point on that heater, Jonesy, second in the East, the Orlando Magic. Sitting at 12-5. They're a half game out of first.
Well, you could see that last year, how hard they played. And like I said, I don't think they're a really, really skilled team, but they've got enough skill combined with how hard they play and their chemistry. They're tough.
And how about the skill and the hard work in this third quarter for Max Strus? A triple goes down. He's got 14 in the frame. He was scoreless at the half. The Raptor lead cut in half from 6 down to 3. Gary Trent in the lane, bunny hop, and it crawled off the rim. He had a great look and couldn't get it to go from right at the rim, about a 3-4 footer. Mitchell, was that partially blocked?
A couple guys were there. Mitchell's having a tough time with OG Anunoby. OG proving why he was second team all defense. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is 3 of 13 tonight, and OG has been all over him.
Mitchell came into the ball game averaging 28.5 points, and he's got 6 on 3 of 13. Mitchell checks out, as does OG.
Problem is, it's only a 3-point lead with all of that.
Yep. 67-64. Raptors sitting at 40%. Their offense has definitely dipped and cooled in this third quarter. Strus just ripped the cords on another. 17 in the frame for Max Strus, and we're tied at 67.
You got to know where he is. You have to know where he is. You know, there's playing screen roll with him. You got to be up on him. You just get there before he gets a chance to accept the screen. Tristan Thompson into the game. Little handoff action.
Precious Achiuwa was bumped right under the rim after Scotty Barnes threw it into traffic. It was a tough pass, but a good catch, and Achiuwa fouled. He's going to shoot 2, I believe.
Change the matchup. OG's doing a good job on Mitchell. Put Scotty Barnes on Strus.
They called a foul on Strus, Jonesy, and I'm not sure what they're looking at right now.
I think they were looking at whether Precious was gathering and going up. I thought it was on the floor. Well, they're going to give him the 2 shots.
We're getting a look at the replay, and no doubt he was going up.
Well, there were 2 fouls. He wasn't on the first one. He was on the second one.
Yep.
So,
good point.
Yeah.
And Precious misses the first free throw. My goodness. 9 of 16. The Raptors have been to the line 4 times the amount of the Cavaliers. 16-4. This will be the 17th coming up right now for Precious. And we're tied at 67. Raptors by 1 as he hits the second free throw. The Raptors with a number of misses at the line tonight that could make a big difference on the scoreboard right now. They've given up 7 at the stripe. Strus in the lane, off glass, missed it. Good contest by Precious, picked up by Flynn. Streaking across center to Siakam. Bobbled the ball. Fans wanted to travel. Precious has it straight away back to Pascal. Siakam above the arc. They back way off him. He goes to Scotty on the near side. Down low to Precious. Turns, fires.
Use the glass.
Short-armed it.
Use the glass. You're in there on the block, 2 feet in the lane. Bank it up and in if you're not going to dunk it.
Strus to Thompson. Dipping behind. Thompson goes back to Tristan, who bobbled it, got it back, tapped it to Garland. Shot clock at 8. Precious in front of Garland, knocked the ball away. Loose ball picked up by Scotty. Raptors down the floor. Flynn, far side, on the wing. Triple up, no good, too strong. Over the head of Siakam, saved on the sideline by Niang. Ahead to LeVert.
I know that's an open shot for Malachi, but in a 1-point game, that ball's got to go inside.
LeVert in the lane. I thought he took an extra step as he stuttered and slid, and he scoops it off glass and goes, and the Cavaliers have come back to lead by 1. They were down by 10 at the half. The Raptors have been ice cold in this third quarter. Toronto shooting just 5 of 20 in the frame. Trailing by 1. Siakam on the near side driving, whips it over to Scotty. He throws the over-the-shoulder pass to Precious for 3 in front of his own bench on the far side.
3 big guys handled the ball there, and you ended up with one of them making a 3.
71-69. Raptors by 2 as they take the lead back. Garland straight away, backing out towards center, now out on the far side, dipping behind a Thompson screen, goes to Niang. Niang driving far side, scoops it, misses. Tristan Thompson with the tip is good. Tied at 71. Trent gives it up to Barnes straight away. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Scotty over to Siakam. Pascal covered by Tristan Thompson. Siakam sets his, or excuse me, Achua set a screen for Siakam, who drove on the near side, and Pascal was bumped as he fell to the baseline, and Pascal's going to go to the free throw line. With 40.7 seconds to go in the third.
Well, the free throws again. I mean, the Raptors are going to have their opportunities. They've been unquestionably the more aggressive team, but you've got to take advantage.
Pascal tonight, 3 of 4 at the line. Make it 4 of 5 as the first one goes down. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, a block and a steal for Pascal.
Raptors really not showing the consistent aggression tonight. I mean, their shooting percentage dipping below 40% right now. Scotty 3 of 9, OG 4 of 11.
And another missed free throw. Pascal 1 of 2. Raptors 11 of 19 now. Leading by 1. And my goodness, Strus is on a heater in this quarter. 20 in the frame as he buries the triple, and that one was contested. Cavs by 2. Raptors will have to give it up before the end of the frame. Barnes has it on the near side, backing up towards center. Trying to create a little space, and they call him for a carry. .7 seconds to go in the frame now. Cavaliers leading by 2, and they'll look to add to it heading to the final frame. Last shot time for the Cavaliers. Anunoby checks back in for Toronto for the final 14.7 as Donovan Mitchell comes back in.
I'm a little disappointed in the focus by some of the Raptors tonight. You know, you got a 10-point lead at halftime. They're not playing well. You let them get off the mat. You let one guy score 20 in a quarter. You're missing short ones. You're not, you know, getting the ball to the right people in the right spots.
Garland down Main Street, floats it up. It went halfway down and popped out. Barnes with the rebound. The heave at the buzzer wouldn't have mattered as it was well after the buzzer. And Toronto outscored by 12 in the frame. They give up a 10-point halftime lead. Max Strus with 20 in the quarter. And Cleveland leads by 2 heading to the final frame.
Well, Cleveland at halftime had 42 points. That's a 30-point quarter with Max Strus scoring 20 of them.
Yeah, 32-point quarter. See that math,
yeah,
Jonesy?
32, right. I was looking at the 72 by Toronto.
I know you were smelling smoke there as I was doing the math on that one. 74-72, Raptors trail by 2. Fourth quarter action comes next on Toronto Raptors basketball, presented by Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans, on Sportsnet 590, the fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Do more in a reliable Subaru, they said. Enjoy more time together to go more places with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, they said. More award-winning safety for more peace of mind, but to listen to one song over and over again with fantastic acoustics. I love you, family, but the singing, nobody warned me about the singing.
Hurry to your local Subaru dealer and get more out of every kilometer this fall, including more karaoke.
The Ford government wants to go back to so-called basics in education. But as a parent, I know my child needs more. Every child is unique and deserves the resources and supports they need to thrive, whether it's more one-on-one time with their teachers, extra help with reading and math, or more mental health supports. We need to go beyond the basics. Tell the Ford government to support every student. Visit knowmore.ca. That's knowmore.ca. A message from the Ontario English Catholic Teachers Association.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the fourth quarter. Raptors trailing 74-72. Jonesy, we just noted how bad the third was for the Raptors. But to further emphasize things as well, recall that it was early third quarter that Jared Allen picked up his fourth foul. He has played only 19 minutes in the game, and the Raptors unable to capitalize on that. They scored only 20 points in the third, and now they trail by 2. Niang, up fake, sidestep, triple, no good, and somehow Thompson, around 3 Raptors, got the offensive rebound. Back out to Niang. Niang driving on the far side all the way to the 10. How does that happen?
I don't know, but you could time that thing with a sundial.
Man. 76-72, Raptors down 4. Schroeder back into the ball game. He's playing with 4 fouls. He missed a good chunk of the third quarter. Left to right, cross court to Trent. Drives in, fakes the pass. Niang came in, got a piece of that, I think, and Trent missed. Cavs by 4, looking for more. Mitchell in the lane, weaving through, missed it. Coming in over the back of Achua Thompson. Again, around 3 Raptors got the rebound. Kicks out for 3. LeVert makes it. Tristan Thompson on back-to-back possessions just wanted it more.
He did, and he's given the Cavs a lift. Give J.B. Bickerstaff credit for pushing the right buttons, putting the veteran Tristan Thompson into the ball game.
Just over a minute into the fourth quarter, the Cavaliers have opened up a 7-point lead. The Cavs on an 8-0 run going back to late third quarter, now leading 79-72 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I run at sonic speeds, but I'm not as quick as the fastest computer. And that's exactly what Sam needed. She runs an IT firm and needed an upgrade. Within 24 hours, she was approved for a business loan. After, I stuck around to play some online games. My legs might be fast, but my thumbs, even faster.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
Monte Carlo Inn, your home sweet home.
Monte Carlo Inns would like to thank the many of you for visiting our hotels over the last several months. Monte Carlo Inns is very proud of our Made in Canada brand and are delighted to continue to be your home away from home for quality accommodations and functional meeting facilities in Southern Ontario. To save on your next stay with us or to book your next event space, book directly at MonteCarloInns.com.
Monte Carlo Inn.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 79-72, Cavaliers leading by 7, 10:54 to go in the ball game. The Cavaliers from late third and now into early fourth have really controlled things, and maybe not even just late third, Jonesy, most of the third period. After trailing by 10, the Cavaliers kind of took control thus far in the second half, and Tristan Thompson has been doing a lot of the damage in limited minutes, only 4 minutes. He's got 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a bucket. The veteran doing damage.
Well, let's see if there's a response, and there is. Jakob Poeltl coming into the game for Toronto, just to use a little bit more force and have a bigger body.
Schroeder cut off on the baseline near side, finds Yak in the lane. Up fake, step in, lay it in. Great job by Yak.
Well, good job screening to help Schroeder get open, and then in the slipstream, getting to the basket.
79-74. 10.5 minutes to go. Niang to to Thompson, hand off to Garland, turning the corner into the paint, fakes the pass, floater goes as he gets it to go in the heart of the lane. He's got 17. Cavs again back up 7.
That's how they started the game, with that kind of curling action.
Barnes lobbing a pass to Pirtle right under the 10, lays it in. A nice find by Pirtle, and again, nice footwork from Yak.
Yeah, good shot, good pass by Scotty up high to lead Pirtle.
Mitchell, near side, kicks it back out, wide open. Niang, 3-ball is good. The Raptors pinched into the paint, and they left Niang wide open on the perimeter. 8-point lead for the Cavaliers. It matches their largest lead of the game. Scotty Barnes back the other way in front of his own bench. Lost the handle, gave up the ball, but the Raptors get it right back. And now Boucher fouled hard by Niang right at the 10, and Chris is going to go to the stripe.
Well, good that they're going to the stripe, and you just have to wonder if they can make the free throws the way it's been going tonight.
Well, at the risk of throwing down the jinx, Chris Boucher is one of the team leaders in free throw shooting. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Came into the ball game shooting 84% on the season, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that's second best on the team. That is if we don't count Grady Dick's 100%, because I got to assume Grady's attempts are way low. Like, way low. And I definitely did throw down the jinx because Chris Boucher just missed the first free throw. The Raptors now 11 of 20 at the free throw line. They have been to the free throw line 5 times the amount of the Cavaliers.
What was the old line by Nick Nurse after the play-in game? When you miss in double figures in terms of your free throws, you're probably not going to win. The Raptors flirting with that stat right now.
They have missed 9, 12 of 21. LeVert contested 3, no good, and a one-hand rebound by Tristan Thompson as he held off Pirtle, controlled the air ball, and then went back up with a two-hand cram. 9-point lead for the Cavs, their largest. Gary Trent, 3-ball, no good. Pirtle with the tip, no good. Boucher grabs it, though, out to Barnes. Driving on the near side, tried to shovel a pass to Pirtle, no good. Picked up by Boucher, and he's pushed out of bounds. It'll be a foul on LeVert.
Good job by Chris to retrieve the loose ball. You know, I think Scotty on that drive, rather than looking to pass it, has to be selfish. He's got to be looking to take that thing and dunk it and put whoever's guarding him in the basket.
86-77, 9-point lead for the Cavs. Again, their largest of the game. OG inbounding to Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder out at center court, that big logo. Comes around a Pirtle screen, driving into the paint, goes on the sideline, near side to Boucher. Shot clock at 4. Boucher back out to Schroeder on the sideline. 3-ball for Dennis, no good. And it's all Cleveland on the glass. High rebound to Garland. He'll bring it up himself.
Ball never got to the other side.
Struce in the corner to Garland. Far side is good, and the lead has grown to 12.
Well, the Raptors let Cleveland hang around. They were up 10 at half, had a sleepwalking start to the third quarter. Struce gets going. The lead is cut. Now Cleveland's feeling confident.
89-77. Barnes lost the handle in the lane, got it back, gives it up to Dennis. Back to Scotty at the free throw line. Short jumper is good. Lead is 10. They need Barnes to come alive.
Yeah, now he wakes up. I mean, look, there's 40 minutes has been played already. You know, it is time to get going.
89-79. Mobley to LeVert on a switch. He's got Pirtle out on the perimeter at that far sideline. LeVert crosses him up, gets to the baseline, under the 10. Jackknife pass out to Struce. Open look. 3-ball, no good. Rebound to Pirtle, ahead to Barnes. Scotty across center. Going at Mobley. Lays it up and in, and they give him the continuation. The and one for Barnes. It's a 3-point opportunity.
Well, he did a good job picking up the dribble on the foul and continuing to the basket, not putting it down again. You just said it, Eric. Scotty needs to come alive. Maybe he's heard the way the game has gone and had a look at it and is going to try and turn it on now. He scored the last 5 points for Toronto.
Makes the free throw to Jonesy's point about 5 straight, 89-82. After falling down by 12, the Raptors have cut it to 7. Time to dig in again right here. Garland to Mobley, back to Garland. Down Main Street, finds Mobley to the 10, and he blew the layup. Jared Allen back into the game, had his hands on the rebound, though, kept it alive. Garland drives on the near side, floats it up and in. He came along the baseline and got it to go.
Got to come up with the loose ball. Got to come up with the loose ball.
Driving, Barnes, far side, kicks out on the perimeter to OG, over to Schroeder. Schroeder into the lane, passes out far sideline to Scotty. Shot clock at 9. Barnes with LeVert in front of him. Scotty trying to attract defenders, gets to the baseline, misses the shot, cleaned up by Pirtle, scoop it up and in. Yak with a great job.
Scotty's aggressiveness forces the help to come over.
Yep.
That frees Pirtle up. The last 3 minutes for Scotty Barnes is somebody snapped the smelling salts under his nose.
Pirtle's got 14 points, 11 rebounds. Raptors down 7. Over the shoulder pass picked off by the Raptors. Barnes ahead to OG, misses the layup, cleaned up by Barnes, fouled, and he's going to go to the line. Raptors had a 2-on-1. Was it the spacing? What was it?
Well, the spacing wasn't great, but OG's got to go stronger. He can't be going away from the basket. If anything, with a guy like LeVert on him, one dribble, jump stop, power stop, and go up with 2 feet. He's going to foul you. You have a chance for an and one.
So Barnes goes to the free throw line with 6:29 to play. The first free throw is good. 91-85, 6-point lead for the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell checking back into the ball game. Raptors have all 5 of their starters out there. For the Cavaliers, it's Strus, Mobley, Allen, Mitchell, and LeVert. Garland's getting a breather right now, so the primary ball handler for Cleveland, at least right now, going to be Mitchell. Gives it up to Strus, now finding Mobley. Up top to Allen. Allen trying to find Mitchell, hands it to him on the perimeter. He's on the wing far side, handing it off to LeVert. LeVert trying to shake free from Barnes. Into the lane, stops on a dime, fades and fires and gets it to go.
Cleveland's screening action and guys coming off the screen either with or without the basketball has been really good tonight and hurt Toronto.
93-86, the lead growing to 7 again for the Cavaliers. We tick under 6 minutes to play. Turning, firing around a double team. Not a great shot for Scotty.
No, not at all.
On the far side, a contested jumper from 16, 17 feet. Mitchell, 3-ball, no good. Tapped out by Schroeder to OG, ahead to Pascal. Sprinting to Yak. Wow, and Pirtle's going to go to the free throw line, and that's not a bad foul for Cleveland, considering how Pirtle shoots free throws.
Absolutely. Well, how the Raptors have been shooting them tonight. Toronto 15 of 24.
Yak coming into the ball game at the free throw line, just 45% on the season. First one is good. Cuts the Cleveland lead to 6 at 93-87. Gary Trent checks back into the ball game. Second free throw coming for Yak, who's having another huge night. 15 points, 11 rebounds on a perfect 7 of 7. And he makes the second free throw. Clutch shooting from Jakob Pirtle at the stripe. Get a shot of Scotty Barnes on the bench. He looks gassed. He's played 30 minutes. He's getting a breather right now with his Raptors trailing by 5. LeVert in the lane. Great rear contest by Trent. Affected the release from LeVert.
Continued to pursue the ball. Good job by Gary Trent.
Schroeder out on the far side. Nearly lost the handle. Got it back. Tiptoes along the baseline. Kicks it to Trent in the corner. Oh, the shot went halfway down and popped out for Gary. And he's literally stomping mad. He knows he let one slide there.
It was a good look. Really good look.
Would have cut the lead to only 2. Instead, the Cavaliers advance and call a timeout with 5:04 to go in the ball game. Cleveland up 93-88. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Move up to Heatwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Herron. Experience a new level of luxury at Williamsburg Green. Your new single-family home will have all the modern features you dream about, even a fully finished lower level. Kitchener's newest master plan community with bike trails, parks, and a new library. Williamsburg Green has it all. It's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
Hey, Toronto sports fans. Heading to a game this season? The Bentwood at the Second City is the perfect spot for a pregame drink and bite. Why not join us for a burger and a pint, or tacos and a pint, or spaghetti and meatballs and a pint? You get it. Located at 1 York, steps away from the big game. With on-site parking, over a dozen screens, and a fast, fun menu, we're the perfect destination before or after the game. Visit BentwoodToronto.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 5:04 to go in the ball game. 93-88, the Cavaliers leading the Raptors. Toronto up 10 at the half. Coughed up the lead, went into the fourth quarter trailing by 2 after getting outscored 32-20 in the third quarter, and now trying to make the comeback here with 5 minutes to go. It's a ball game, Jonesy, but Toronto's going to have to start digging in a little bit more defensively.
Yeah, it is, but, you know, you talk about the defense and then making some shots and making free throws. There, you know, the Raptors' shooting percentage has really, really dipped in this second half. Third quarter alone, they were 6 of 21. And not much better in this fourth quarter. I mean, they're 5 of 12, but free throws, turnovers, got to really kind of look after that stuff.
What do you think the biggest difference has been? Because it clearly has been
effort. I mean, Tristan Thompson doing what he did. Raptors kind of losing their focus defensively. Max Strus was 8 of 10 in that third quarter. That can happen.
They're going to wipe out the Jared Allen bucket and call the foul on the floor, I believe. Yes. Yeah. Ben Taylor says no bucket. It'll be sideline out of bounds for the Cavs. Strus drove on the far side, found Allen, and they got him on the foul on the ground. On the hack by Pirtle, I believe. They're going to call it on Schroeder, actually, and that's worse, Jonesy. I mean, the fact that it was on the floor, good thing, but they're calling Dennis, and that's going to be his 5th foul. But how is it on Schroeder? He wasn't even in the play. That's got to be the official scorer must have messed that up. It's got to be 19, not 17. That's got to be on Pirtle.
Yeah.
And they did just change it. It's on Pirtle. They originally had Schroeder with 5 on the screen, but that's 19, not 17. Strus again driving, scooping, missing. Mobley had it, ripped away by the Raptors, picked up by Toronto. Here comes Schroeder. Dennis straight away, covered by Garland. Raptors down 5 with 4:40 to go. Free throw line jumper. Schroeder too strong. Rebound to Strus. He's got 11 rebounds tonight to go along with his 20 points.
He's been terrific tonight for them. He really has. He kept them in the game in that third quarter to give them the lead.
7 of those 11 have come in the second half to go along with all of his 20 points. Cavs come up empty again. Raptors have a chance to get it down to 3, maybe 2. Pascal backing down on the right block. He finds Pirtle right under the tin and an over-the-shoulder reverse lay-in for Yak.
Great read by Pirtle. Jared Allen coming over to help as Siakam was backing in on Mitchell. Great find by Pascal.
Like an old school Yak and Skills hookup.
Pascal has read that very well all season.
93-90. Raptors down 3. Donovan Mitchell near side jumper up and in. It's good from 12 feet. Back up to 5. The lead for the Cavaliers. 95-90, 3:47 to go. Schroeder out on the far wing. Goes over to Pirtle straight away inside the arc. Handing back to Pascal. Trying to turn the corner in the lane. Euro stepping. Rifles a pass over to Pirtle. Tough catch. Gives it back to Yak in the lane. Turns. Fires. Bucket. Desperation, but they came away with 2.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but the 2 big guys work together. The Raptors get the stop or get the score. They need a stop on this trip.
95-92. Mitchell over to Strus to Garland, far side. Garland back up top to Strus. One-hand pass back over to Allen. Allen holding it far side. And they're going to call a foul on Toronto.
Schroeder trying to go through the screen as Jared Allen used the Vlade Divac screen, the hip check.
And that will be the 5th on Schroeder. And we've got a timeout being charged to the Raptors. So we will step aside for the break with 3:13 to go. The Raptors down 95-92 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Toronto sports fans. Heading to a game this season? The Bentwood at the Second City is the perfect spot for a pregame drink and bite. Why not join us for a burger and a pint, or tacos and a pint at it? Located at 1 York, steps away from the big game. With on-site parking, over a dozen screens, and a fast, fun menu, we're the perfect destination before or after the game. Visit BentwoodToronto.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Paul Jones, Eric Smith with you. 95-92, the Raptors trailing the Cavaliers by 3 with 3:13 to go in the ballgame. Raptors being led tonight by Jakob Poeltl with the 18 points, 13 rebounds. On the other side, it's 22 for Garland, 20 for Strus. And Jonesy, we've got ourselves a ball game here with 3:13 to go.
Well, Toronto needs some stops. I mean, they're doing a better job in this fourth quarter. Their intensity's picked up, but I mean, they're trying to run down a team that has had a really good second half going.
Raptors still in the huddle. As they're getting some final words from Darko Rajakovic. Toronto getting a decent performance off the bench tonight from Gary Trent, 5 of 13 for 13 points, but just 1 of 7 from distance. The Raptors as a team, 7 of 31, only 22.6%. And again, you look at the three-point line, Jonesy, Raptors outscored by 9, and at the free throw line, they've actually outscored Cleveland by 14 because they've had 22 more free throw attempts, but yet they've left 9 at the stripe.
Wow.
Shooting only 65%. The Cavaliers have only 4 free throws the entire game.
Wouldn't you like to have some of those back?
Well, we've said it for how long, Jonesy? Even if you give me half of the misses.
4 of the 9. 4 points right now.
You're up 1.
You're in the lead.
95-92. 3:13 to go in the ball game. Raptors down by 3. Cleveland will in. Donovan Mitchell to do the honors. Gets it into Mobley. Mobley hands it back to Mitchell. Shot clock at 10. Mitchell guarded by Anunoby. Finds Strus. Sideline triple. Too strong. High rebound goes to Mobley. Back to Strus. Faked the pass for a moment. Then indeed gave it on a behind-the-back pass. A no-looker to Jared Allen, who lays it in. The Cleveland lead is 5. The offensive rebound by Mobley, killing Toronto on that one.
Long shot, long rebound.
Schroeder finding Yak. Poeltl gives it up to Anunoby, who turns and runs right into the chest of Strus. Passes it over, far sideline.
Schroeder doing a nice job there, getting free, but he's got to knock down that open shot. Raptors, their margin of error really shrinking now with 2.5 minutes to go and down 97-92. Mitchell
missing that one.
Boy, Donovan Mitchell getting away with all over the referee. He's still barking at Eric Dalen. No technical foul. Now finally he earns one, and Scotty Barnes took it the other way. Looked like he was fouled on the way up, and Ben Taylor had given the ball to Cleveland. So the Raptors will get one shot, but Cleveland will get the ball back.
Well, thanks for having my back there, Jonesy. As something got into my throat. A little choked up maybe on the Raptor play here in the second half. As Schroeder knocks down the free throw. 97-93, Raptors down 4.
Yeah, the problem is it wasn't a three-point play, though.
So the Cavs have the ball, leading by 4, looking to tack on a couple more as we tick very close towards the final 2 minutes. Mobley to Allen up top straight away. Handing it off to Garland. Garland trying to shake free from Barnes. Does so on a crossover. Pulls up, misses the shot. Raptors couldn't squeeze, but luckily it was knocked away by the Cavs.
Scotty didn't even put a hand up. Garland shook him, and even though he was 6-7 feet away, put a hand up.
1:55 to go. The Raptors down by 4. Schroeder brings it across center. Finds Pirtle. Yak stops his dribble. Dangerous handoff to Barnes, knocked away by Mitchell. It goes out of bounds. Raptors will have to toss it in.
Scotty's supposed to curl on that to his strong hand to try and get in the middle. And all he has to do is bring Jared Allen a half a body length toward him. He can lay it down to Pirtle, or he's got to drive. So, you know, that's part of the focus I was talking about.
97-93. Schroeder weaving through traffic to the tin, lays it in, and he got right by the big man, Jared Allen.
That was the play with Pirtle that Jakob wanted a minute ago with Scotty. Nonetheless, they get the score.
Raptors down 2 with 90 seconds to go. Garland. Barnes is in front of him. Can Scotty dig in right here? Allen sets a screen. Garland goes back to Allen in the lane. Lob pass to Mobley, who came from the weak side and dunked it down.
That's the buddy ball I talked about at the beginning of the game, right? Got to stop that screen roll situation.
Cavs by 4, 1:10 to play. Into the lane. Schroeder with the running floater. It goes, and they're calling that one on the floor, not the end one. How is that not continuation?
Well, it depends on when they called a foul. If they called a foul initially on the push, Schroeder did take a dribble, so it wouldn't be continuation. If they called it on the second one, then it's continuation. So
1:12 to go.
Boy,
Schroeder not happy about that one.
I don't know. We get a second look there. I think it should have been continuation.
They're not going to count the bucket. He's got to earn both at the line. Schroeder, first one, clean. It's his second and third attempts at the line. He's now 2 of 2. He's got 11 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Raptors trailing by 3. One more free throw to cut it to 2. Schroeder releases. It's good. Raptors down 99-97.
Toronto 9 of 10 in this quarter from the line.
1:07 to go. Cleveland leading by 2. Garland across center. Allen sets the screen. And away from the ball, we got a foul.
No, on the ball hand, Scotty on the screener. They called Scotty on the grab on the screener.
I thought it was away from the ball, Jonesy, because I didn't see it, to be honest with you.
He's got it. That wasn't a great screen. That's one where he's got to get tight to the ball handler and try to get over the screen.
Strus inbounding to Garland. We tick under a minute to play now.
Here it comes again.
Garland driving on the near side, lobs it up at the tin. It hits the rim, crawls over, and it's tipped in, I believe, by Allen. Look what I found. What a lucky bucket for the Cavs, and they lead by 4. Schroeder on the near side driving. Little shovel pass underneath to Pirtle, who missed the scoop, but it's tapped back in by Siakam. Johnny on the spot for Pascal. It's again a 2-point game.
It's again a time for another stop. You got to get into your man. If there's a screen, get close, make the screener move, see if you can get a foul that way. Nothing easy.
101-99, 31 seconds to go. Shot clock at 7. Cavaliers by 2.
Here it comes.
Allen sets the screen. Garland goes around it. Little stutter into the lane. Left-hand scoop on the rim, and it rolls around and falls down. Darius Garland got it to go, and you've been calling it for the last 3-4 possessions, Jonesy.
That's what they're doing. It's their bread and butter play, the high screen and roll. Now, if you're committed to playing it that way in terms of getting over and staying with the ball handler, great. If you're going to, trap it, but that guy can't turn the corner and have a lane to the basket, because now your big man is forced to play 2 people. And if he comes over, they give it to their big guy rolling. So you've got to do something to deter the ball handler. Make him go further sideways. Make him go east-west instead of north-south.
103-99. The Raptors now down 4 with 20.6 seconds to go. There is, of course, a timeout on the floor. By our count, the Raptors have 1 more timeout remaining. The Cavaliers have 2. So this game far from over if the Raptors can come up with a bucket here. Might be a moot point if they don't score. 103-99. 6 players in double figures for the Raptors, but they have been a much different team in the second half in terms of their efficiency on offense and their effectiveness on defense. They've been outscored by 12, check that, 14 in the second half. They led by 10 at the break, shooting 44%. They have only 15 field goals made in the second half. $103.99. The Raptors will inbound from the near sideline. Pascal Siakam is going to do the honors. He's got Jared Allen in front of him. Siakam gets it into Anunoby. Hands it back to Barnes. Down Main Street. Fires a pass. Wide open. Schroeder. Bucket. Ice in the veins for Dennis Schroeder in front of his own bench. He buries the triple, and the Raptors have cut this thing to 1. It's 103-102 Cavs with 15.7 to go.
How about the play call by Darko Rajakovic? Again, using my favorite rule. With a guy in the backcourt, you wouldn't have had to guard that before, but Scotty gets ahead of steam, gets into the lane, kicks to the corner. They help off the strong side. Maybe they should have called a flop on Strus to boot. That said, though, great look for Schroeder knocking down the three.
103-102. Toronto down 1. That's Schroeder's second triple of the game. He just made a couple of free throws moments ago as well. So Schroeder coming alive at the right time for the Raptors. But it all comes down to this end of the floor. And Jonesy, I would assume you're trying for the steal on the inbound, and if you don't get it, you're fouling right away?
Yeah, well, the steal on the inbound and maybe one trap.
Okay.
And then that ball's in the air, you got to close like a DB on it. Everybody has to be aware of where the trap is formed and where you are in relation to that. Am I a guy that's going to shoot the gap when the ball's in the air? And if I don't get the ball, then I'm taking that guy out and trying to get it to stop the clock for a foul.
Raptors come out of the huddle.
They got a timeout left, so it's not... I mean, the foul is important to leave yourself enough time for a timeout, maybe to try and get another three.
Cavaliers with Mitchell in the backcourt, picked up by Anunoby. They will inbound on their side of half, just to the left of their bench. Mobley to do the honors. Pirtle is not even covering the inbound. Raptors trying to play the numbers. Mobley throws it into the backcourt as he's able to get away from Anunoby. Now he splits defenders. They don't blow the whistle. Jonesy, he was hit by two players, Anunoby and Barnes, and 9.6 seconds remain. A lot of time came off the clock.
There's my favorite rule again, Eric.
Yep. When you've already advanced, why are you allowed to throw it into the backcourt? Donovan Mitchell tonight with one free throw attempt, and he's 0 of 1. On the season, 89%. Takes a long, deep breath at the line. Dips. Fires. Good on the first one. 104-102. Dennis Schroeder checks in for the Raptors, and he's now looking over to Darko to say, are we calling the timeout right away? Mitchell, holding the ball with his left hand against his hip, takes 3 dribbles, dips, fires. It's good. 105-102. Cavaliers by 3. 9.6 seconds to go. And of course, yes, indeed, the Raptors do take their final timeout. Now, if you're the Cavs, are you letting the Raptors even get a 3?
No. If the guy catches the ball with his back to the basket, foul him. You got to be careful if he catches it facing the basket, because that could be, you know, you catch and go into a shooting motion and the foul happens there. It's 3 shots. But, you know, if there's a catch with the back to the basket or the guy puts it on the floor, foul right away.
105-102. Cavaliers leading by 3. Raptors in the huddle right now. Max Strus, a big reason why the Cavaliers might end up winning this ball game. 20 points in the ball game to go along with 11 rebounds. And all 20 of his points came in the third quarter. He didn't score in the first. He didn't score in the second. He hasn't scored in the fourth, but 20 points in the third quarter. The Raptors could not contain him, and the Cavaliers outscored the Raps by 12 in that frame, took apart the Raptors' 10-point halftime lead, and Cleveland has controlled much of this fourth quarter. Raptors making a late run here to cut this thing to 2, to cut it to 1, and now they're trying to tie it and perhaps force overtime. Siakam, Barnes, Anunoby, Trent, and Schroeder on the floor. Barnes inbounds to Schroeder. Schroeder inside the arc. Lots of time ticking down. Trent off the screen. Far sideline. Tried to step back over Allen. He turns. He fires. It's off the side of the backboard. It wouldn't matter. He stepped out of bounds nevertheless. And the Raptors turn it over with 1.8 seconds to play. And that's going to do it, folks. Jared Allen did a great job of jumping out on the shooter, and Gary Trent saw nothing. Nothing but a white shirt and a 31 red and gold in front of him.
Well, Schroeder caught it inside the arc and didn't make a move toward the basket. And that was the issue. He didn't really stress the defense at all. I might have taken the quick 2. And tried to pick up, force them to call a timeout. They just called it now to advance and use the width of the court again.
Yeah.
I really, you've heard me on this soapbox for years.
Yep.
It's the only place where it happens. It doesn't happen in FIBA. It doesn't happen anywhere else where you can take the ball into the front court and yet still throw it into the back court.
Seemed like it was taking a long time for that play to develop as well, Jonesy. Schroeder was holding the ball for a good 3.5 seconds.
Well, they were looking for a screen up top, Scotty, to free Trent. But the problem was no defense was reacting to a potential drive to the basket by Dennis Schroeder. So the concept of inside out was great. It wasn't inside or send enough alarm bells off to try and attract the defense.
105-102. The Raptors trailing by 3. And their offense that has been so good over the last 4 ball games heading into tonight just wasn't there. This is a team that was averaging over 120 points their last 4. They were shooting over 52% their last 4.
52 points in the first half, 50 in the second.
Cavaliers inbound, and that's it. Like, I don't even know what happened there, Jonesy. Little pressure from the Raptors, and either way, it's done. The ball game's over, 105-102. The Cavaliers get the victory, and the Raptors now dip again below 500, 1 game below at 8-9, and they'll try and get back on track on Tuesday against the Nets.
Yeah, you're going to kind of feel that this one got away from them. Third quarter, they came out a little sloppy. Max Strus got going. Raptors only shoot 6 of 21, and Cleveland makes them pay in running them down for the win.
Let's take the break, 105-102. The Raptors lose this ball game to the Cavaliers. We'll come back with final stats and then get you set for our post-game coverage with Raptors Reaction. It's Toronto Raptors basketball. Presented by Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
College basketball is coming to Toronto with a doubleheader on December 9th at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Come watch Toronto's own and reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, lead Purdue in a showdown against Alabama, followed by an exciting matchup between TCU and Clemson. Don't miss your chance to be part of Zach Edey's much-anticipated return to the Six. Secure your seats now. Tickets for the Hall of Fame Series Toronto are available at HOFseries.com. That's